All right, don't worry.
God.
I'm gonna start, and there's gonna be a lot of dialogue before I'm going live now. Get fucked.
Sure.
All right. Oh, yep. Looks like we're live. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Let me move this so people can actually. Oh, not that. Oh my god. All right, now I'm the boomer. Oh no.
And being able to start when you want to.
Dude, that's too hard. All right. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Move this up. So it's somewhere here, I guess. All right. What is my cat doing? Holy crap. All right. Welcome, guys. We're doing a kind of suddenly decide to go through all of RWBY since the card list dropped today, and we're all available for now to be able to. What's up?
I just said hi.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Dean is excited.
And yeah, we're just gonna burn through this list as kind of quick as possible. We have a rating system here on the side. So a rating of 5 is like the best in the set. 4, it's incredibly good, but it's not unbeatable. 3, it's good playable. It's gonna be basically like make it into every deck for the most part. 2 is kind of like it's still a good card, but it doesn't make it in every deck. And then 1, it sucks, but it's like it's still a card. And 0 is like completely unplayable. Why did they print this card? Basically, think that is about all we need to go over. You guys good to go now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys just want to go take turns swapping between cards, or?
Sure, I'll start off. First is the Yang clean cut. I mean, we already knew about this one. On play, top check. If you top check a character, give 2k power anywhere on the board, and it's a clean cut, 1500 power. This card is absurd. This card is actually
this is like a 5, right?
Guaranteed 5.
Yeah, it's basically in every deck unless there's some weird reason you don't need a power pump clean cut.
The only reason
with a top check.
The only reason you could consider running it or saying like this isn't the best of the best is K Runner exists, but other than that, this card is still going to see play in it like every single version of the deck.
Absolutely.
I mean, even if K Runner exists, this is still a power pump.
Yeah, the fact that it's got a pump anywhere power pump attached to it is pretty that's bonkers. But I agree, it's a solid 5. I won't contest that.
Yep. All right, move on to 2 here. What is this? I guess I'll take this one. How do you say his last name? Is it Juan?
This is John.
John. All right.
It's just John.
Climax combo. I forget if it's choice or whatever.
It is choice.
Okay, yeah. If you have another Remnant character, choose one of your other characters, and that character gains the following ability until end of turn. When this card battle opponent becomes reversed, search your deck for up to 1 Remnant character revealed to your opponent, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. And then when this card attacks, if all your characters are Remnant characters, you get this card gets 2k power. So it's like 7k on attack with the Climax with no extra support.
It's choose a character to give power.
Oh, choose one character. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah, I mean,
so it's like that Assault Lily profile, sort of, kind of, except it's on. I forget if Assault Lily's on placement or if it's on attack, but this is more or less the Assault Lily profile, to where you can like just stack power and stack all searches on one card.
No, you can't stack all searches on one card.
Oh, other characters. That is correct.
Oh, you can't. I mean, so you can't stack 3 searches into one card. That's kind of
you definitely can, because so just similarly to the Assault Lily card, right? You can play this in the back row.
Oh,
that's pretty good. That is true. Pretty good.
That's kind of interesting. And choice is a decent Climax as of late.
Yeah, choice is a very good trigger to have.
I don't know in context with all the other level 1s that are in the set, but just looking at this is probably like a 4 for the most part. I mean, it's a plus combo. You could potentially beat like any big bodies in 1 or 2 lanes, maybe even. But
yeah, I mean, those parts are good. I don't know though. Like, my problem is like right now the struggle in the meta is like power lines on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of decks that if you don't like contest them at 1, like that this 4K won't, right? Like, they're just gonna get infinite advantage off of it.
Yeah. So it's essentially like this kind of like loses once opponents start building really big walls at 1. But I mean, if they only have like 1 lane that's like really scary, you can pump double pump one lane and get that reverse
Yeah,
there, right?
I think it is pretty good though. I
Yeah.
don't think it's a bad card, but
I think I'm willing to give this like a 3, or it's like if we wanted to do the 0.5 thing, I'm willing to give this like a 3.5. I think this is a pretty viable combo.
I kind of agree with that. It's like 3.5, maybe 4. Who knows? But
Yeah.
This
is without me actually like reading through the other stuff in the set. So I'm one of the people going in blind. I almost have like no context for what we're about to see.
Yeah,
I think it's
basically going in blind as well. Sorry.
I think it's a pretty decent combo, but like I don't know. And like I said, I think it's got some problems, but
yeah,
it's not bad.
Okay, and then to answer your question, Chum in chat, you won't be able to DVR it right now, but once the stream's finished, the entire stream will be available on the channel. So don't worry if you're missing out. All right.
You should be able to like pause it, and then if he resumes, it'll like
no, because I have it.
Oh, you don't have that enabled.
I don't have the DVR enabled right now. All right. Next card here, Sun Wukong.
We have waiting for the Bushi site to load. Why is the SR of this man in a dress? Good God. Okay, Sun Wukong. So, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, if you have another Remnant character, this card gets 2k power until end of turn. So it becomes 4k. And then it has pay 1. Clock yourself when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed. You may pay the cost. If you do, look it up to 2 cards from the top of your deck. Add the Remnant characters from among them. And put the rest into your waiting room. So it's a 4k. If it kills something, you get to look at 2 and potentially get a +2 off the top of your deck.
All right.
Like 2.
Up to 2. This could be 0.
No, I mean like a 2 on the scale.
I was like, I think 2 is like perfectly fine for this. It's good. It can. I can see people running it, but I don't know if it's currently like the way to go.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not good.
I think I saw another type of Ricky plussing type of effect like this. You guys think if the effect was when this card gets reversed, it would be better, or?
I think if this had like the random memory thing, it would be better.
I think if it was on play, like right. I mean, like the problem is, it's kind of cool that like going second, you can like probably tri-field with this. So like it is a really good going second card. Can you imagine? Well, no, that wouldn't do anything. I don't know. Like it's like a good going second card that's kind of like the Yang, right? Like, but like not as good.
Yeah, I agree. And like the meta right now too feels like it's going to be really hard to find things to reverse with this early in the game, and then once you hit like level 1 or so, this card becomes useless.
Is it? I mean, it gets over. I think it's better than like the Yang in like a situation like against Slime where they have the Chaser, where like it's hard. It's hard for a clean cut to find a reverse, but it's not hard for this thing to find a reverse. All right, you can just like slap the card down in the back row, slap this thing down, attack, pay, clock, get 2.
Yeah, I just think like the idea that right now there's a lot of runners going around.
Chasers. Like, there's more chasers than runners.
Really? I feel like with Kaguya and stuff in the context of English.
Only Kaguya.
So Kaguya is the only one kind of running a runner right now. The other decks that are running chaser profiles would be something like Goblin Slayer. It would be
Slime.
I think those are the other big 2.
All right. So I think either way, I think we're all in agreement here, like a 2, right? Is that what we said?
Yeah. 2's perfectly fine for this.
All right, next card here.
Okay, we got another Jean. It's global 500 to the standby level 3 Pira. And it gives it hand encore, which is really big, and it's a level assist. So like those are kind of like reasons you play it. It also has a climax swap ability. You can swap the choice for the standby. I'm not sure if you would ever play it just for that, but that is an option. Because I don't know, like if you'd play choice standby, like that doesn't seem like too strong in my mind. Maybe I'm wrong, but like for the effect on it, you'll probably see this in like a standby deck, just because it gives you global hand encore to a very good standby target.
I'd have to see what the standby target is.
It's a pretty good card. It's a pretty good card.
And this School Dance is the RR level 1 we just saw earlier, right?
Yes.
Okay. It seems okay. It is probably definitely a kind of card where a deck building matters around this card if it's going to be good or not.
Yeah, you're only playing this in like one specific deck, but I think for the deck, this is probably like what, a 2 or a 3.
I think you play this in 8 standby too, just because of the hand Encore.
I mean that you could be right there. Well, I'm sorry. Did you say what the standby target was for this?
So the standby target is I think it's like a 9. It's like a 10K, global 15. And then it's has a climax combo that when it comes into play from the climax during climax phase, you can pay 2, untap it, and then shuffle 5 cards back into your opponent's deck.
Oh, it's that card.
So yeah, so this would make it effectively because like what, that'd be plus 3,
like 13-5.
5. So it'd be like 13-5 with hand Encore. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So this is reminding me more of like the Flare from the fucking what's that shit?
Yeah, Hololive.
Hololive, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, like without having the full context of the set, it's really hard to rate this completely. But it's probably a 3, especially if that's the case with the 2/2. If you're going 8 standby or even standby X, and you use that as a card.
Yeah, anything you play the Pira and you play this, I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes sense.
All right, next card here. We already seen this is level 3 Yang. Same combo as before.
God, this art is so cursed. This
so
is the
good.
most cursed art.
I love the RWBY rare version.
Top check 3, add 1, ditch the rest, and then this is also on a choice, I believe, right?
Yeah. No, yes.
When this is placed in climax area, and this is center stage, she's one of your other characters, and that character gets the following ability. The ability activates 1 time per turn. Damage by this is dealt by this card is canceled. You may deal 2 to your opponent.
It's okay.
2.5. I think there's a deck
it's a
there.
Solid okay.
I think there's a deck there that's pretty good, but not sure yet.
I'm totally fine giving this a 2. It seems like an okay card, but I've played with similar abilities, and it's kind of like either you get triple or the card sucks is what it usually feels like, right?
I mean, the good thing too about this is similar, as opposed to being on a choice, this is pretty like cost light.
Oh, absolutely. So if your deck is using a lot of stock before you get to level 3, or there's a reason you need to save your stock defensively, this is probably a really good card.
I think it just has really good numbers for dealing 7 damage.
Yeah, for sure. All right, next card here.
Oh, is this me?
Yeah,
this
you.
Yeah. Don't worry, Nick. I'll save you. It's a 5.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I don't think it's a 5, but I'm more than willing to give it like a fucking 3 or a 4. Okay, so this is Neon Cat. That's a pretty stupid name, I'm not going to lie. The flavor text is also really dumb. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, if your opponent has 1 or less characters in their center stage, sink a cost 0 lower character by putting it to the bottom of their deck, and then it is also a coin flip. What the fuck?
That kind of sums it up.
What the fuck?
This card is good going first and second, like every time. What the hell?
Pretty good card.
Yeah, I almost say this is a 5, but I feel more like it's probably in the 4 range for me.
I think initial impressions make this card out to be really good, but we'll have to see how it goes. However, this card does completely shit on like Slime going first, on Kaguya going first, and all that.
It is hella oppressive.
And the fact that it's also a coin flip is pretty bonkers.
Yeah, so it makes it really good going first as well. You can play it, and then your opponent is like, well, all right, my you get this plus back. They're forced to like play 2 cards in the front row if they want to like protect it, right?
Yeah.
It's just really, this could make very awkward situations at level 0 for your opponent if like this is your opening turn and it bounces back to your hand.
Yeah.
I
am willing to give this like 3.5, more leaning towards a 4.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the 4 category right now. Dean could be right. This could potentially be a 5, like easy.
Just slam it in your deck. It's good.
This card is good.
Really good.
On first reading and first like impressions.
All right, next card.
This is a Married Life. This is like a 1 in my mind. You'd never put these in decks.
I would honestly say, like, unless the deck is really hurting for power, it's almost 0. The Married Life profile is honestly, like
There's a difference on this one though. It wasn't Married Life 500 in front. This one's a global 500, so there's an extra 500 there. So
good.
But I agree. This is like the one range for sure.
I don't even think it makes like the one range. Honestly, I don't actually think like Married Life is a good profile anymore.
Yeah, I can agree.
If you're considering running a Married Life profile in 2021, your deck is probably not very good.
Yeah, I can agree with that. All right,
next
card. Go ahead.
Yeah, never mind. No, it's not worth talking about.
He was just gonna say some smart-assy shit. Yeah. All right, I think this is Dean.
Again?
Is this me?
Okay, I'll do it again. No,
wait, okay.
This is Kit.
All right, if you have 2 or more other Remnant characters gains 1k, then it's pay 1, ditch 1.
It's a drop search.
3k drop search. All right. I mean, this is 2. Like
it's 2.
You might play it as a 1-of.
Yeah,
it's 2.
All right. I think that was easy. Next card.
Actually, actually in this set it's like a 0. There's so many better cards.
I think we will see. Until I see those cards, this is a 2.
It really depends on the utility. Most
drop searches are usually all right.
Most decks nowadays almost don't play drop search, at least in the JP format specifically, because there's just so much really crazy utility now. But
there's a lot of good utility in that set.
Even in most of those like crazy good utility sets, sometimes you get drop searches as a 1, and the fact that it's like randomly 3k powers, okay. Like, all right, next card.
Nico getting another 5.
Okay, this is Uniform Yang. Looks like she's about to eat something. I don't know.
She's fighting with the food. Those are turkeys.
Okay.
Oh my
those
god!
are like chickens. She's
like
using
gloves?
them as they're using them as gauntlets.
Sure.
This is pretty powerful. Anyway, it's a 1/1 2k Leaf Punch. I think solid 3 out of 5.
Anti-damage.
Solid 3 out of 5. If you're playing like especially like decks running choice trigger, you like even remotely thinking about keeping board at any point in the game, you're adding this.
Yep, pretty good. It has utility early and late game, right?
1/1 Leaf Punches are really, really good.
Yep, I agree. This is like a 3, maybe 2.5. But yeah. All right. I don't remember whose turn it is.
That's Dean.
Okay, we got Tai Yang Xiaolong. During your turn, he's a global 1k. He's a 1025. And he has pay 1, ditch 1, tap, look at top 3, add a card.
It seems okay.
Oh,
pretty good.
Impression,
yeah,
it seems okay.
I'm willing
to go like I'm willing to go 2 right now.
Yeah, I think you could put this in your deck and you'd feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, the global 1k on your turn, I think it might have like relevance.
Yeah, so
but
like,
I have to like actually like look at some deck builds.
Power lines.
Not though. Whenever
the big thing to me is the act. The big thing is the act part of this is actually really good. It just pay 1, ditch 1, top check 3, add 1. It can be a climax. It could be an event. It could be whatever.
Yeah, but you're at that point you're playing like off the top of your deck, so. As good as it is, it might not be. I don't think it's like super amazing.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, if the power or the power pump already is like something you're looking for, and the secondary act ability is like when you need that second effect. Oh my god, is it gonna like clutch out games for you where you just like whiffed something you were supposed to hit, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, just remember the 1/0 Aaron that gives global 1k is still run, and all that has is like tap, give 500 power.
Yeah.
So, yeah, solid card.
All right. Next card here. Is this? Oh no, this isn't it. So this is a 2/2. 2 or more other Remnant characters gain 3k. So it's a 2/2 10k hand Encore.
Oh, yeah. That's just standby target, maybe.
Yeah, it's like what a 1.
Yeah, wait, didn't you say there might have been even like better standby targets in this?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think I saw people.
Can we just give like a rating for standby?
Yeah, I mean it's like
because I don't want to give this like a it's probably a 2 or 3 because you're gonna play it in your standby. It's a standby card.
Sure, yeah. I mean, this is like a 2 to me because like didn't Dean already say there was another like really good?
That is a 3/2.
It's a 3/2. Okay, yeah. This is like a 2 because of standby. If standby didn't exist, it's like a 0 almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Next here.
All right, so this is Glinda Good Witch. Okay, when this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you can heal, and then it has pay 1, ditch a card. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, it gets 2k power, and
It's
when
under
you
one
battle
roof.
yeah, it's Misakuro.
Yeah.
It's a good card.
When your opponent is reversed, you can deal 1 damage. It's okay. Isn't this actually just straight up Misakuro?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. That used to
An
be double R.
uncommon. How far we've come.
I know. Card's okay. It's like an off healer
I think
that
two.
has a finishing effect, right? So
What,
it's
like a 2 to 3?
Yeah,
Somewhere in that area.
I'm
I-
leaning 2 right now.
yeah, I'm leaning towards 2 personally.
Cheap cost, good heal. I mean, like,
Mhm.
it's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, next card here.
Who the fuck is
Arslan
this?
Alton. I've never seen this character in my life.
Did
Didn't
you
you
binge
watch
I watched all 8 seasons, but these are characters from there's 8 episodes in a row that are just like random fights of who's into who's, and that's what this was.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a 104k on attack. It gets 3k, so it's 7k, and then on reverse, draw ditch. This card is like a 0. This is like actually a 0.
It's like a 0.5.
Yeah, it's
It's a 0.5.
0.5.
This isn't even a character you would know. Who is this? This is unplayable.
Well, it is okay. So on your turn, it is a 107k, and it has some form of utility, even though it's not good utility.
Around here, dude, if maybe we're like rating I don't know, Psychopaths. This is like good, but like this is modern set, dude.
That's fair. I don't think this is like completely unplayable.
You're never gonna sleeve that card.
I feel like
I agree with you. I'm never gonna sleeve this card, but I don't think it's completely unplayable.
Listen, if my opponent played this against me, I'd be pretty surprised. I'm in the Dean camp here of this being like basically a 0. I can maybe give it the 0.5, but yeah.
I mean, so hold on. I can't believe. Why are you guys making me defend like shitty commons?
Hand fixes for
you're
the next turn.
Hand fixes. You reverse.
I'm not talking about hand fixes. I'm more potentially like thinking about power lines.
I mean, it's a good power line, but I feel like power lines like this don't really matter that much anymore unless you can give that power to another
Yeah,
character.
I guess the only thing this really matters into is like Data Live.
No, you're supposed to combo with the Zhao. You have 2 Zhans in back row, 2 in front row. You slam down Climax. You give all the searches to this. You can search for, then draw ditch on your compressed deck to get a Climax for next turn.
Yeah.
All right, cards of 5 now, boys.
Okay, you know what? We've cracked the code.
I'm gonna give it the 0.5 because I still think this card is pretty bad, but I'm gonna give it the 0.5. Also, thank you, James, for donating to us yet again.
Oh, James.
Much appreciated,
Soy
my
Saucer Weiss WS. He's literally holding the community on his back monetarily right now and forever. He's a madman. All right, next card here. Wait, is it my turn?
Yeah?
All right, was Braun's knee?
Yeah?
I already hate this name. All right, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, put the top 2 cards of your deck into waiting room. If there's Climax among them, this gains 3k. And when this card is placed on stage from hand, this is like a turbo mill. Holy crap. All right, card. If you absolutely need that mill to like get through your first deck, I guess this card could be okay in those scenarios. Otherwise, this card's like a 0 to maybe. This card's like a 0 to me.
This is mandatory mill. It's mandatory for unplayable, actually.
Yeah, this card is shit.
All right, next card.
6-0. We have. Who the fuck is this?
This is like Sun Wukong.
I don't care. Okay, we have Sun Vital Festival. It's a 2/17k. If you have a full board, it gets -1 level in hand. It has a Climax combo. Is this a choice, a win, shot?
I think it's
it is a choice.
Okay. So you can put the choice Climax from the Climax area into your waiting room, and at the end of this card's attack, you can look at up to 5 cards from your deck, choose up to 2 Remnant characters from among them, reveal them to your opponent, put them into your hand, and put the rest into your waiting room. I don't understand why this is a downgrade from some of the other kind of like quote-unquote meme profiles they've been printing like this. Because they've had other profiles, but it was like reveal 4.
Add all
like
4.
Add all 4. so I don't.
0.
like-
I don't think you would ever play this.
Yeah, it's like a 0.5 at most, unless you really
That-
like this character.
You cowards made a 0 and then didn't. You've yet to give it
Oh,
out.
that's
a 0.
I'm giving this a 0. Yeah,
I gave a
this
0. What are you talking about? This last one was a 0.
You said 0.5. You said 0.5. You
You said-
coward.
Bronze
said
knee is
up-
a 0, like 100%. That's what I'm saying. This is like a 0.5. Like this is like.
This is not a 0.5. This is a 0.
All right, fuck it. It's a 0.
I don't understand why we got like a nerfed profile
Yeah. All right.
from a profile that wasn't it wasn't even being played outside of Konokari.
Okay, I guess next card we're going to this event, the childhood memory. If you do not have a Remnant character, you can't play it.
Yo, sick
You-
condition.
Discard a character, and then you grab a Climax out of grave.
Damn.
Pretty
That's
good,
yeah.
but it's an event. I think it's the problem.
Is there anything in the set? Do you have like a cheer? Do you have anything that lets you add events, or do you have to like naturally draw this?
The good blue combo can give you events sometimes.
I'm gonna give it like a 2, maybe a 1.5.
And
Somebody did bring up a point, though. This does help you early play your 2 or less Climax condition cards.
oh my god. That is a good point.
I hate you.
I hate that was said. All right.
I hate you so much for saying those words.
This card is like a 2, right?
I don't think. I think it's like a 1.5. Especially if there's like no tutor for it, like no way to actually like reliably get it to your hand. I don't really like it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty rough because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because there is another Climax Searcher in the set, actually, but it pulls from the deck.
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters, but we'll move on. Down there, you can see the Climax, and there's 2 more Climaxes. Damn. They printed 3 choices in this set? All right.
Meta.
These are all choices, dude.
Damn,
They
what-
printed literally nothing else. There's no stock soul. There's no win. There's no shot. You know, you would think
Need 'em?
Yang.
Those cards suck?
You'd think Yang being like, listen, dude, the only lore I know about Yang is from Cross Tag Battle, and then she has the I Burn thing when she gets low HP. So I would think they'd give her like a shot trigger
No.
of any kind.
It'd be too strong with a cancel burn top end to have shots.
I hate you.
All right. Is it my turn now? We're moving on to green.
Yeah?
You can take this.
All right. When this card becomes reversed, if you have another Remnant character and this card's battle opponent is a level 0 lower, you can reverse it or send it to clock, right? And then, or take the top card of your opponent's clock, put it to waiting room, and then put that character to clock. And then when this card is put into the waiting room, you could pay 1. You pay cost. If you do look at the top 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose one among them, put it into your clock, and put the rest into the waiting room. Then pick 1 card in. Wait. If you put 1 card into your clock, choose
It's like
Remnant.
the Mayuri Ricky
Yeah.
from Stargate.
No, it's not.
Wait, yeah, it is. Is it not? That's like
No, it's when it
same,
goes.
like, look
It's the
at
slime one.
Is
Oh, wait,
it
that
goes-
it kind of is.
Goes away. It's
Yeah,
weird.
because it's not the slime one, because the slime one only looks and adds the top 3, because this adds.
Oh, it's the Alice card. It's the Alicization card,
Yeah.
then.
I want on initial thoughts, I kind of think this is good, but this is like this can be a kind of cringy turn 1 play because you need to have another character down for this to be a clock bomb.
What?
What do you mean?
Oh.
Yeah,
Sure.
am I the only one who read that?
No,
I think it's like fine.
I
I,
got-
think it's like a 3
Okay,
to a
I think
4.
this is like a solid 2. Oh, really? You think this is a 3 or 4?
You think you're not going to shove this in your deck?
I mean, I do, but like if there's literally any other options, I feel like I might probably play those instead.
okay, I'm like stun locked here. It says if you put 1 card into your clock, but the effect is mandatory to put a card in a clock.
No, it's not. The effect. The pay 1 is the mandatory part.
Yeah. You can just pay 1, mill 3.
No, like if you do look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose 1 card among them, put it into your clock, and put the rest into the
Look at up to 3. You can pay 1 and choose not to look.
I'm done. All right, I'm out of here. All right. I guess that makes sense in a way. All right, whatever. This card's
you
like
you don't get the salvage if you do, but
yeah, this card's like a 2.5 to me.
You could.
yeah, it's like I think 2.5 is fair. It's like yeah.
All
You're
right.
putting
You
it in your
probably do play this so far from what I've seen from the yellow stuff.
All right.
Okay, this is Emerald, whatever, Sus.
Sus.
Oh my god.
Real.
Okay, your other character in the middle position gets 500 power. Brainstorm tap 2. Flip over 5 cards for each specific climax. Looks like it's 2 doors.
It's unplayable. This card is unplayable.
It looks like this is like an army deck or a
No.
very specific deck card.
It's not an army deck. I can tell you right now, this is a 0. Just trust.
Just trust.
100% trust on that.
I am going to trust you, so I guess we'll see when we get to red. I do recall these combos not being very good.
It's beyond not good.
All right. 0 it is, boys. Next card.
Next up is Ozpin. On play, he's level 0, 1k. On play, look at top 2, rearrange. And then on attack, mill top. If you mill level 0, it gets spawned to back row. I like this profile, but it's always really hard to put in a deck. It's like almost impossible to justify. So like a 1, maybe 2.
Let's look up the 2 on this card.
I like this too.
It's Cheezer's spawner.
I love this profile. I love having top check every single turn. I like the spawn ability, but this card is so hard to put in a list.
Yeah, I agree. 1.5 is probably okay. It's like in between there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you need like some weird plussing 0 that also includes some reason to top check too. Seems
Not
like
a lot of decks like nowadays are running Shizuru's spawner profile, so that's why I'm just kind of like, this doesn't seem that great.
Yeah, it's kind of like it was really weird because for a small portion of time it was a really good effect, and then it just literally like fell off the face of the earth, and like this effect now sucks like most of the time. It's like if you see someone play it, you're not going to be like, "Why the hell are you playing this garbage card?"
But that card is also an early play condition for an Egg Soul, so like it is what it be.
All right. Next card here. When this card is placed on the stage from hand, this card gains 1500 power. So it's 106k. And then when you have the climax, you have another remnant character. Top 2 cards of your deck into the waiting room. Yeah. So it's just like what's that profile called? Cigarettes. Yeah. Cigarettes combo.
Cigarettes combo is like a solid 2.
It's best. It's like one of the best girls, and it's her only card. So it's like a 4 to 5 in my heart, but in reality, it's like a 2.
Yeah.
Is this on a gold bar? Is this a military?
Yeah,
bar?
It's on a gold bar.
Yeah.
If you actually look at it'll Teo is nice enough to tell us the climax.
Oh, on the right. I don't want to read. That's already too much reading. But thanks. Yeah, gold bar. Yeah, I mean, gold bar makes it slightly better. So I'm in agreement with you guys on the level.
I mean, like the reason like these kinds of profiles are good is because you can loop them. But like, for example, the reason why the Quince profile is so good is because you have JC to go along with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have JC to go along with this.
I don't know either.
Don't.
I mean, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. But like right now, it's cigarettes. If you need cigarettes, if you want the deck speed or whatever, it's okay. It's not a bad profile.
All right, next here.
Is this me?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know how to pronounce this name.
I think it's like Oobleck.
Oobleck. When your other character's battle opponent becomes reversed, choose one of your characters, and that character gets 1k power until end of turn. Pay 2 restless cards, search your deck for a remnant character, add it to your hand, shuffle your deck.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that, a 1.
Yeah.
It's interesting that it's like battle opponent gets reversed, give 1k somewhere. Has they changed this to 1k recently? I can't even remember last time I saw like this profile. Outside of like
some cards, I feel like those powers are random. They're always random, right?
Random and arbitrary, yeah. All right, next card here.
We have a 2/1 anti-change counters. Pay 2, sack 1. Sends to waiting room. I think it's like you might play 1. I don't know. Anti-change is like so hard to justify now.
It depends. So like on old Japanese meta, like a month or 2 back, you probably play this. In English meta, I don't see a reason to play anti-change right now. But this is because I don't want to just like shit on this card because this like cards like this are like really meta dependent cards.
Yeah, no, I think you play like one of, or just regardless. There's too many like things that like the sack is randomly relevant, the anti-change can randomly be relevant against bad players. If you play one, it's funny because sometimes they think you play two.
Yeah. So this is like what, like a 3?
I want to give this 2 and then give it like a little star.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is good, but this is actually the epitome of like this is good, but it sometimes gets cut depending on meta relevance.
I can agree with that. Yeah. Next card here. 3/2 uniform Ren. During your turn, this card gains 5 power for each of your other characters. When it's placed on stage from hand, so if your deck for up to 1 Remnant character, reveal to your opponent, put it to your hand, shuffle your deck. And then when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you pay cost, which is ditch 2 characters from your hand into the waiting room. If you do, put that character in your opponent's clock. This is like a really crappy version of the Leafa clock, right?
Yes.
Well, no, because it's not. I don't think it's crappy. It just has a different condition because the Leafa is a dig 5.
Yeah, I kind of like the dig 5 better because I think by the time you get to this stage of the game, aren't you normally your hand should be pretty set?
Yeah.
I would prefer the utility of Leaf over this, but I mean, like the secondary or the clock kick effect is like can be randomly good because this is like 11/5 and it can search out something.
Well, I think the other thing with the Leafa though is I think the Leafa is just big all the time, and this is only during your turn.
But this is 500 power bigger.
I hate you.
I'm just saying what the card does.
I hate you as a person.
This is like what? Oh,
I'm almost at the moment. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm like kind of in the 1 range on this, and it depends on like green so far has been pretty. I feel pretty lackluster outside of like the first card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm willing to just kind of like mark this up as a 1.
All right, next here, go ahead, Dean.
We got this Ozpin. It's if the top check 2 rearrange level 0 is in your clock, it's an early play. It's a 3/2/9/5, and on play it's draw 2, ditch 1, and then climax combo 4 more 1000 power neg soul. Neg soul to 1 card minus 2 soul. This card is like awful, like unbelievably awful.
Oh, wait a minute. This card gets what? Wait, only 1,000. I thought you said 4,000 power. Only 1,000 extra.
No, only card... 1. Yeah, 4 or more, it gets 1,000.
Yeah, this ain't good.
Yeah, the power lines are disgustingly awful. That card's not going to live, which is flavor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. XD. So I guess 0.5. Do we give it the 0.5?
This is I'm a budget player and I really wanted to play 8 gold bar because that's meta.
I can agree with that take.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything you guys said is yeah. And the worst part too is like you have to choose one of your opponent's characters. So if they randomly have like these 2 cards,
it's not like the character opposite of this gets -2 soul. You have to choose, so you still like fucking get shit on by AOT randomly.
AOT's not a real deck. That's not a deck anymore.
Okay. Holy shit, is this Chad Thundercock? What is this fucking name?
Roy Stallion?
Roy Stallion.
Holy shit. Alright, so Chad Thundercock. His effect. Return 2 characters from your waiting room to your deck. Shuffle your deck. On play, you can do this, and if you do, you do not... this card's soul does not decrease by side attacking until end of turn. And when this attacks, choose 1 character in your opponent's center stage, and that character gets -1,000 power until end of turn.
These cards, I know you want to give it a 0. I know you want to give it a 0. But these cards...
I think this isn't necessarily a 0, because you can potentially run this depending on, like... The problem is, like, English doesn't have any, like, level 0 cards that you want to like, snipe. There's no, like, Memory Ricky. There's none of that.
Sao does.
I guess, but they don't care as much.
Right, but I'm like, I don't know. These are the effects that you want to give like a 0. You're like, I'll never put that in my deck, but I will lose to this card.
You are correct. I'm willing to give it like a 0 right now and maybe put like an asterisk next to it and be like, if for whatever reason we get like random profiles that like fucking go to memory and are like 1k power or less, this might be like a 1 or 2 of you can play. But other than that, this card right now is not.
One thing to also consider, I don't know if it matters in this set, but sometimes having certain characters in your deck at certain points in the game is relevant. So the shuffle 2 back in might be relevant randomly. If either of those effects are like not useful for whatever meta you're in, this card's like a 0. If it's useful in the meta you're in, then or like for the deck to function, then this is like a 1.
Yeah.
All right. What's this? Wait, is it my turn?
Sage. It's my turn. Sage Ayanna. I don't know who this character is.
What the fuck, dude? You're the only one here who has watched the show.
On play, choose one of your opponent's characters. Memory comes back. And then on play, you give a card 2k.
0 asterisk. If you need a blinker, for your meta or something.
I feel like if you need a blinker, you need more than one blinker, and I feel like when you play more than one blinker, you feel really bad.
That's also true.
Yeah, the 2k power pump on this is kind of nice, but it also just this entire like profile just seems like a feels bad card because the secondary effect for the blinker is like not going to be useful most of the time. It seems like, right?
Power pump, I think, is actually pretty.
Gives a lot of power.
Yeah, it does give a lot of power, which I think is a plus side, which is why I'm not too down on this card.
So does your clean cut. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. This is like a 0 to me for the most part. I agree with like the asterisks of blink. If blink is important, then this card goes up a little bit, but that's about it.
Yeah.
All right, next card here. If you have 5 or more cards, this card gains 2k power, and then it has pay 1, put 1 character from the stage into your waiting room Encore. It's almost like a pay 1 Encore, sorta ish.
No,
except for it's awful going first.
Significantly worse.
Yeah. This is like a 0. I feel like there's so many
I think this is a solid. Set. This is like an actually like definition of 0. I don't think you ever play this.
I'll show you.
There is no reason to play this.
My going second deck.
All right, dude. Man. I'll look forward to it.
So you pay 1 to save this, and you sack the top check 3 Ricky, then pay for the Ricky effect. I hate this game. All right, move on to the next card.
Easy game.
All right, so I think this is me. Bartholomew Oobleck. It's a 1025. It has put 1 card from your hand to your waiting room. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 1 Remnant character in your clock, return to your hand, and put the top card of your deck in the clock. So it's a clock search for a character specifically, and it's a cost 0 clock bomb. I think this profile is probably kind of okay.
Yeah, it's like
I think the biggest demerit, though, on this profile is, from what we have seen, the only really good green cards you want to run is Ricky and the anti-change counter. So, and this is a level 1.
That's pretty rough.
I think that's actually like the rough part of this card is like if you want this profile, you have to commit to more green, and green's kind of shit.
You had the 2 cigarettes. That's not like the worst, but like
I
that's
guess
like a budget option.
The cigarettes combo is definitely not the worst, but like from what I've seen so far, it's like there's nothing making me want to run green.
I agree. This is like a 0 to 1 area for me.
I think this is a 1. The effects on this are perfectly fine. It's the color currently, from what we have seen, does not really encourage you to run them.
Yep. All right, next card.
This is Flint Coal, 1045. During your turn, if you have another character, he gets 1500, and on play, pay 1, summon a copy of himself from deck.
What is this dude's ability like?
He makes like shadow clones, and then he plays the trumpet, and then they die.
What?
RWBY's a good show.
What are you talking about?
He makes shadow clones. There's a bunch of him, and then he plays his trumpet. Flavor.
Flavor. All right. I give it that solid 0.
0. 0. You need to run more than one of this card. 0.
I don't know. I'm kind of a fan of that. Like, I'm a fan of like the zeros that summon another copy of themselves because pay 1+ is pay 1+ in bad decks.
No.
So I'll give it a 0.5.
No, Dean.
It's a level 1.
Yeah, it's a level 1. It's not a level 0.
I'm aware of that, but like the fact is like you pay 1, you get a card for free for 1 stock, and that's like.
I see why like they have a shuffle card now. It all makes sense.
Yeah, that's
combos.
Baby.
That's like by definition. I think like it's better than these cards that do like nothing, right?
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
0.5.
All right, we have this 1/1 here. If the character facing this card is cost 0, this card gets a level and 3,500 power. And then at the beginning of your Encore step, if you do not have another rested character in your center stage, you may pay cost if you do rest this.
Standby card asterisk. It literally will depend on your meta. If your meta has a lot of other standby, this card is actually unplayable.
I think it's awful that it gets scaled. It can just get scaled. It's only 8K.
Yeah. You would need to have you would need to be running some sort of support to back this up because 8K, even if like it is level 2, 8K is kind of shit. But at the same time, like for a 1/1, this is fine.
It also loses to like level 2 killers.
It randomly does lose to level 2 killers.
What sets are running those right now? Like
Kaguya
does. Anyone else have like the on attack gain a bunch of power versus level 2?
ReZero might randomly.
I think ReZero does.
I think ReZero's unplayable though, but that's another discussion.
Yeah. All right.
So like this card is still like standby card though.
Yeah.
Potentially. This is I can't even read their names.
Emerald and Mercury.
Infiltrating Beacon Academy. This art is so horrendous.
So good. What are you talking about?
Okay. This card gets 500 other for each of your other Remnant characters, and it has character Encore. So this is like, what's that Sinon profile from Zhao? It was like, it's a 106k with hand Encore. You're not playing this. If you're playing cards that are like hand Encore-y stuff, you're playing standby usually.
Yeah, I agree. This is like a 0.
Yeah, it's a solid 0 for me.
All right, next card.
Emerald Scouted. This is a 2/1/6/5 during your turn. Gets 1,500 for every other, so that's plus 6k, 12/5 on your turn, right?
Yep.
And then when you trigger Gate, is that right?
Yeah, it's a door, red door.
And you trigger, we call those gates.
Yes.
We call them hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Oh wait, no, yeah, it's when you play a gate. Look at top, leave it at top, or put it on bottom. Oh, there's a good combo with another card. And you get on reverse salvage. Or no, wait, on reverse stock charge? It's on reverse stock charge. There's a card like this in Kimono Friends.
There's it reminds me of like the fucking Rider from Fate's Stay Night, but that card has like an infinitely broader profile. Where that thing's condition is like when you kill a level 2 or higher, you get a blind stock. And it gets to like 14k.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
I don't like this at all. This is like a 0 to me.
There's no payoff. Like if this is supposed to be like a payoff, quote unquote, a payoff card for running this like random 8 gate list, this card is shit.
Well, getting to look at top and choosing to keep it there milling is relevant for how bad the 8 gate list is. You'll know when you know.
Oh no!
Stay tuned.
All right, next card here. It's my turn. Was it Weiss Schwarz? Clarisse? I don't know how to say that. This card is placed on stage from your hand. Choose one character in your opponent's center stage. That character gets minus 1k until end of turn. When this card becomes reversed, the level of this card's battle opponent is higher than your opponent's level. You may put that top card of your opponent's clock into waiting room. If you do, put that character into your opponent's clock. It's like what? Like a 1 because it's in green?
Yeah.
No, I actually don't like these anymore. It's kind of weird. I think like at this point, like level 2, like Adachis from level 2 onwards are kind of shitty. They need to have like if you're playing an Adachi at like level 2 onwards, your Adachi needs to have like a really good effect.
It does minus power.
It gives them -1.
It helps it. It helps it win the lane.
You're fucking cringe, but like, yeah, I'm really not high on like level 2 Adachis right now in the meta, and even then, like right now, when you think about it, the only card you're concerned with potentially Adachiing is like what, President, and running an Adachi and a President is fucking cringe already.
Or also in
or
Slime.
The big guy. Well, it's not the hand encore level 3. Oh yeah, I guess Shizu.
Yeah.
I guess Pants Store is still deck. So yeah, you can do Shizu and you can do the guy that's folding is Benimaru. Yeah. Those are like the only real targets you need to adopt. You would like consider dodging right
You would
now.
dodging the cards that are on reverse. That's so
yeah,
good.
and all well except Shizu. It's like 2 of them have like on reverse get fucked. So I'm not like too high on like the Adachi profile in the English meta right now.
All right. Next card here. I don't know whose turn it is.
I can do this. So this is what are these Chad Thundercock names, dude? Who comes up with these?
Cardin Winchester.
All right. So this is my boy Cardin Winchester. He gets 2,500 for each of your opponent's back row. And then it has, if this is the only card that is not rested at the start of your Encore step, you can pay 1 to rest this. So it gets to be 10. It's a 10-5, 2-1, which is fine. It has 1 soul, but this is like, once again, this is a pretty shitty payoff card for being in green.
Yeah, I'm cool with this being like a 0.
Green is rough.
Green
is having a lot of trouble
rough.
here.
Yeah.
All right, on to the event.
It's okay. We have the Beacon Academy event 1/1. Send it to memory. Top check if it's a event or remnant. Add it to hand, and then global 500 to remnant characters on your turn.
So
these events are like
no. Okay, so here's the thing, right?
It's green.
No, it's not green. So with these events,
it is green though.
I forget how so I remember you gotta explain it to me because I forget how these are worded, because you have events and stuff like these, or you have cards like this where it's like, if this is in your memory, all of your characters get like plus 500, but then like some of them don't stack with multiples.
No, it stacks with multiples.
This one stacks with multiples.
Okay. Okay. The other ones are like, if you have this named card in there,
then
okay, yeah.
So that would be on the character itself, not on the event.
Yeah. This is okay. This is still kind of shit though, considering we have what's that called? We have storehouse photos from Summer Pockets, which is like a clock filter.
So Adventure Time has this profile, and like a package with like a bonder, a like stock charger, and you still basically don't have room to play this card in like most builds, and that's in a set that like fully supports it. This card is like not bad, but like when you start getting into like I've got to play 4 of it, it like becomes a lot less good.
Yeah. I honestly don't like the.
You're supposed to combo with the Ozpin to look at the top 2, rearrange, and then draw the card you want. It's like a draw 2, ditch 1 with an extra step.
I hate you so much.
I'm gonna give this a solid 0. Screw this.
Yeah,
card.
I think this is a 0. I don't like these profiles, especially after like I don't understand why we're playing like with like the top card profiles when we have, especially in like if we're going like off of like color identity, which like green is supposed to be about clock. If we already have photos in the storehouse from like Summer Pockets, why are we doing top checks?
Yeah, I mean like this card effect is pretty mediocre all the time, right? When you can't even pick what you're getting to your hand. So like the payoff for playing this card has to have something else interact with it for it to be
that's the
like
problem is
really
like this
good
card
value.
doesn't have
and
anything
there's
else
nothing
interact with
as far as we're aware of. There's nothing right now
because like the Summer Pockets has a bonder that can set you a card and clock that you can grab. What is it? Adventure Time has a bonder at least, so like you can get this card to your hand. So from what it's looking like, outside of running like shitty Climax combos, you're supposed to naturally draw this so far. So yeah, I'm giving this a 0 right now.
Same. All right, we have a cute gold bar down here, and then we have another gold bar up here, and then now we're on to red.
You got to show people the secret rare for this. It looks really good.
I can't because I don't have the picture.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Is it actually beautiful or is it bad?
No, it's like unbelievably shit.
Oh god. All right. I'll start it off, I guess. We have this Pira. When this card becomes reversed in battle, it's okay. So it's a reverse Rize. You can choose a Remnant character from up to 3 cards after this is reversed. And then discard a card. And then when this card becomes reversed in battle, if your memory has 2 or less cards, you may put this card into your memory. It's really nice. So it's a Rize. You want to play, or it's an on reverse Rize. You want to play those a lot early in the game, and then a lot of the times it'll delete itself. So yeah, I like
You
it.
have to play this.
You have to play
standby.
it if you play standby. It interacts with another card. And I think there's another card that interacts with this as well, right? That can sync the memory.
Yeah, I think it's like a 4 or 5 though. It's like pretty good. It's
No,
like
this is good because this also works with the level 3 RWBY, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like costless mill is always good. The on reverse part is whatever, but like we said earlier, it deletes itself. It's nice. I give this like a 3.5 or a 4.
Yeah, I'm cool with it being a 4.
And the fact that like this is tied to like other cards is you're probably running this.
Yeah,
you're actually definitely running this.
Okay, I guess I'll do the next one. It's the Nora. It's a level 0 2K brainstorm. Mm-hmm. And it has when your other character's battle opponent becomes reversed, you give a card 500. Self-tap salvage. I mean, that's like, you play it.
Yeah, yep. It's like a 4 easy.
I think this is like the first brainstorm we've seen that's like actually playable.
Pretty much, yeah.
So yeah, nice brainstorm. Sick. I don't want to give it a rating. It's a brainstorm.
Yeah, it's like it's in the deck no matter what, basically. Yeah. Unless there's another better brainstorm. All right, we have this 3/2 Cinder complete maiden powers. If you have Amber Fallen Maiden in memory, this card gains 3k power, so it becomes 11k. This card is placed on stage from hand. Put the top card of your clock into waiting room. So healer, when this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, if Fallen Maiden downfall.
Goblin Slayer.
Yeah. Deal 1 damage to your opponent.
This not
card
good.
Is bad.
Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, I agree with Dean.
The Climax is standby, right? Is that
no? It's Climax is
gate.
Door.
All right, cool. On to the next card because this card kind of sucks.
Yeah, this card is not really good. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking at the card that goes with it. The card that goes with it is a 3k on play salvage Ricky, so it's not bad. The card that goes with it isn't bad, but this card is kind of bad.
Yeah, this is pretty cringe.
Yeah.
I'll give it that 1, I guess. Yeah. If you really want
I think 1 is fine for that. It's not. I don't think you're not buying RWBY to play this card.
Yeah, but you might be buying RWBY to play this next card, Ruby Rose. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Oh, mine. Did I just do the last one? Whatever. Ruby Rose. This card's sick. If all your other characters,
you did. No, it's Nico's. It's Nico.
It's too late. It's mine. I stole his. Remnant characters. This card gains 2k power, so it's 11k. When this card's placed on stage from hand, it is a healer, and then has a memory effect with a Climax combo. When this card, when RWBY Awakening is placed on your Climax area, which is a standby. If this card is in the center stage and your memory has 2 or more the Fallen Maiden earlier that we saw, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 3 damage to your opponent, and then choose 1 level 3 or lower character facing this card and put it into your opponent's clock.
Costless Megumin.
Yeah, basically costless Megumin. You just like skip a phase of gaining a stock.
Pretty good.
I like it. I think the only problems that I can think about right now is potentially digging to find the Climax for this, but you have other ways to get the Climax later, so I'm willing to give this a solid, like, I don't think it's the best of the best, but it is like definitely like a 4.
Yeah, it's 4. Like, this is
the
card.
Card's good.
Yeah, this is the card that I saw, and I was like, ooh, I want to try playing this because it lends itself into standby plus some other Climax or 8 standby, which seems pretty good. So I'm excited to play with this card around. It's definitely a solid 4.
Okay, I guess I will take this card then, since Kit stole the other card. This is Salem. This card gets 1k power for each of your opponents backstage, so it's an 11k. And when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you can pay 1. If you do, choose one of the following effects and perform it. Your opponent's stock swaps, What is this? Put the bottom 5 cards of your opponent's decks into your waiting room and deal 5 cards. Okay. So you either pay 1 on play to give your opponent a stock swap, or you ice tail for 5.
Pretty good.
I don't know if it's pretty good.
I think it's a 1. I think you play
it's like a 1 of in most decks if you play
it's
red,
like,
right?
And it's like an okayish auxiliary finisher.
Yeah.
Or like an off finisher.
What's nice about this is if you play against someone who you don't need a stock swap, it has a secondary effect that's still pretty good, right? So
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give it the 2.5. The 2.5 seems like good for this card.
I feel like
maybe even a 3.
I think it's a 3 as long as you're in red. Obviously, if you're not in red, you're not playing the card. But I think it's a 3. Like if you play red, you basically play this as a 1 of in every list. All right, next card.
Okay, we got Sasuke. No, Madara Uchiha. It's a 1045. On Climax play, it gets 1500. And on attack, it gets 500 times number of characters. I mean, like, Shimakai out of 5, that's like, what, like a 1? You randomly play Shimakai.
Well, this is interesting because it gains power itself also. So it's like a 7, or it's a 6k base when you play a Climax, right?
Yeah.
So if you play this with a standby and for a standby combo at like 1, or I don't know if there is a standby combo at 1 or something at 1. Okay, well. This is still like a 6k that like essentially power pumps something 2k. It seems all right.
I actually don't like this at all.
Really?
I think it's a 1. I think it's like I think you put like 1.
Okay. Well, I was thinking it was a 1 as well, but maybe I was trying to sell this a lot harder than that. But I think it's better than a lot of other like level 1 power pump Shimikais, right? Or am I wrong?
It's like it is better because it's bigger. So like,
yeah. I mean, I'm saying it's still like I'm giving this a 1 rating, but I mean it's better than most Shimikais at level 1 right now.
Yes, you could play it as a 1 of and feel okay.
All right, next card here. What is this guy?
Okay. Thundercock Mark III.
Cardin Taurus. Put one of your other Remnant characters from the stage into your waiting room. When this card attacks, you may pay the costs. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a Remnant character, put it into your hand. Seems good. I don't know.
I think these are decent in like 8 standby.
Wait, right? Isn't this like 0-2?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is pretty good. Yeah, so you attack second with this and like just kill off a character that either already died or whatever, and then reveal the top card, and then you dig closer to like Dean was kind of alluding to, standby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it a solid 2.
I think this is like a 2.
Fine. I think 2 makes sense for like this type of profile because it's not like it's that amazing, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could, like, I don't think this really matters right now, but like it could open up lanes to like deny your opponent from being able to get multiple lanes of pluses, which is kind of funny. But I don't think that's really relevant right now. But yeah, I agree with you on the rating. All right, next.
We have Amber Fall Maiden. During your turn, this card gets 1k power. And then on play, you can pay 1 clock yourself. If you do, salvage a Remnant character in your waiting room.
This card does not send itself to memory.
You are correct. But this is an on-play Ricky. And on like the brighter side, you can technically salvage for anything that you want. So I know, like, I play kind of, I don't want to say this profile, but I play like a similar profile in DBG. And sometimes like that effect is super relevant to be able to like punch yourself to level 3, grab a combo, and go.
This is the JoJo Ricky. This is Trish.
Okay. Well, I mean,
yeah. This is like a 2.
It's still fine. Yeah, it's still fine. I'm fine to give it a 2.
I give it like a 1. I think this is worse than the Green Ricky, and I think it is worse than most things you could be playing.
I kind of agree. But I think it's still fine.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to give it a 1. I think this is a 2.
I think it's a 2 as well. It's overstated. It's 3k. All right. Next card. Oh my god, it's the dog. Dude, this dog's a 5 out of 5. I don't care what the text say. Dude, it's hype dog. Dude, they ported the hype dog from Blaze Blue into this set. I don't want to read all this. Whose turn is it? I hope it's not mine.
Okay. I think it's me.
Okay.
It's Mill. Oh, wait, yeah. On play, you level 0 2k, right? But then on play, you mill top 2, And then if you mill a Climax, you can ditch a card to search a character. And it also has pay 1, ditch 1, salvage 1. Give a card 1,000. So it's both a drop searcher and a drop salvager.
This card is pretty okay. Like, I think it's like, as hype as this is, all it is like a drop salvage and just,
No, it's a drop
it's
search.
sometimes a drop search.
A free drop search at that.
Yeah, but you need to mill a Climax for it to get
So like the
search.
downside to this card is that every time you play this card from hand, you got to mill 2. Which isn't the end of the world, but in sometimes you're in deck states, you're like, damn, I really didn't want to, mess up my deck right now. But as far as utility goes, this provides like a way to mill things into your waiting room for like standby. It lets you mill more random things into the waiting room for
actually I think this is actually like our super bonkers card in standby.
Yeah, this is like
in
a 4 in standby.
In 8 standby, this is probably going to be run in very big multiples.
Yeah. This card to me is kind of like I want to say like a 2.5 area for how I like want to rate this card. And then,
I think you put like 1, 2 in every deck, regardless of what it is.
I kind of
this
agree.
card. Yeah, this card is hype.
Yeah, it's also Hype Dog, and I love Hype Dog.
It is a Hype Dog. Yeah.
All right, I think we're in agreement. Next card here. What is this? Oh, it's a free fresh counter. So it's pay 2 when you use it. Free fresh.
Cool, sick.
Dude, what is with that guy's like jaw? What is going on? It's really whatever.
Dude, it's art. It's the fucking
right.
art of the show.
Don't worry, show's good.
All right. These are always so like if there's room for it and your deck can afford the stock, it's pretty good. So like this is like a type of card that will probably be really good in the standby deck because you don't interact during battle at level 3. So if your opponent has to front attack your level 3s, so you can always have opportunity to do this, and it costs essentially no stock to play your level 3 combo.
Yeah, I was going to actually mention that. Like if you're playing the RWBY, it costs no stock to play the RWBY.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually, I've been thinking about this. So if you're playing like standby and stuff with RWBY, though, what targets are you going to have to reverse outside of like?
Don't worry,
Neo?
that comes up later.
No, I know you can play the Neo, but outside of that, like that's like the kind of cringe part. Is a lot of the times you're not going to find targets to like fucking shoot.
I mean, it depends on how they play.
Yeah.
Personally, I feel like at level 2, you like most standby decks I feel like are losing 2 lanes essentially, or maybe even all 3 depending on the scenarios. Because there's like a lot of really random like early play 15k power and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well,
so I think you can find targets. Yeah, but
if he goes +3 on board multiple turns in a row, how will he have a finisher?
How can I kill my opponent after I just like destroy them for? Listen, dude, you don't have you seen me play? Do you know how prone I am to just eating 10 damage?
Oh man! All right. Yep. So yeah, what did we rate this? What, like a 2?
Maybe like 1.5? I don't give free fresh counter ratings.
Yeah.
It's a free fresh counter. You
probably
play it if you want. Yeah.
It will cripple you randomly when you use it. It's hype.
Yep. Here's the next card. Oh, it's Catwoman. Whose turn is it?
All right, let me read this, and then I have to actually like run out for like 1 second. So it's a level 3 support. All level 3s in front get 2k power. When this is placed on stage from the hand, if your memory has 2 or less cards, you can choose one of the Rize. Is this Rize? No, this is a Ricky. No, it's a Ricky. You can send a Ricky to your
memory.
Into your memory, and then at the beginning of your climax phase, if the Ricky is in memory, choose one of your characters, and it gets 1500 power until end of turn. I think this is supposed to be support for that like quote unquote bad guy deck. It's whatever. I don't. It's maybe you play this.
You can always give the power.
Yeah, so. I can see this being played if because like this is a lot of power. Like 2 lanes getting 2k and then another 1500 somewhere else just for playing the Ricky that you're already going to be playing. I can see this being played, but it probably really depends on like the deck.
Think this might be fine if you play this with like the salvage Ricky, but like if I think we talked about this earlier, if you're playing like standby, and you're playing Rickies in there, you don't want to play the salvage Ricky. You want to play the Ricky that mills you cards to give you more standby targets.
Yeah, I mean, and this 2/1 support is not even a very good standby target, essentially, because you need to play from hand to be able.
It's a 2/1 front 3, but like or front 2 rather.
Yeah, and you have to play it from hand to be able to send that 1 amber to memory. So it's like This is so like deck dependent. It feels like this is like a 1.
Yeah, it's very deck dependent. I would agree with that. All right, give me 1 second.
All right, we'll go on without him. Screw him.
Don't worry, we'll speed through these as fast as possible. Next up is RWBY 2265. 2K for each other character in your backstage, so basically a 10-5. And on attack, look at top, leave it on top, or send to waiting room. It's like the Millum, it's a standby target, card is whatever.
Yeah, I like it. It's like 1.5 to me for in standby decks. Next card.
Next up, the Pira. We already talked about this. This is like a 3 to a 4, yeah.
Oh, this is the card that gets the Encore and stuff.
Yeah, good card.
So this is another standby. Oh yeah, it is a standby. So if this card is in your center stage, all your other Remnant characters gain 1,500. Oh, it's all your others? Oh, no, all your Remnant characters. So this gains 1,500 as well. So it's 11-5 already. Oh, with that, this gets really big with that support. Holy shit!
That's good card.
This is a really good card. Dang, I like this. And then this is the pay 2. Put one of the climaxes in your area waiting room. During your climax phase, when this card is placed on stage by the effect of Kiss Remember by, you may pay the cost. If you do, stand this card and then X your opponent's waiting room. Choose up to X cards in your opponent's waiting room and return them to your deck, and your opponent shuffles his or her deck. X is equal to the number of Remnant characters you have. So yeah, it is a shuffled back 5. Oh wow, this card is actually really scary scenario of like I left my deck with like a 1 card deck because I couldn't mill all the way, and now my opponent's just gonna like literally shove it in my behind really hard. This is a really good card. Holy shit. This is probably like a easy 4, right?
Yeah, 4 or 5. This was probably better than the RWBY.
5. Yeah, this is probably better than the RWBY. Like, it sucks you can't like do multiple of the effect, obviously, because part of the cost is removing the climax. But yeah, this is easily a 4 to a 5. Yeah, this is a really good card. Holy shit.
It's a good payoff for playing standby. Like a really good payoff.
Yeah, I can definitely see this in like mixed decks or 8 standby decks. So
comes foil, but not RWBY rare.
Damn.
All right, I am back.
Next up is RWBY. Oh man, we didn't go fast enough.
Dang. We tried.
It's a 3/2 10K on play salvage.
Yes.
And pay 2, ditch 2 at end of attack, burn 2. This is pretty decent.
Yeah.
I like that it's an end of attack. So you get the salvage. It comes RWBY rare, which is where you get worse art for more money. The exact opposite of like a normal set, which is hype.
Copium.
It's kind of like, I think it's kind of like Marvel. A lot of those Marvels where they put the little stamp on them, those looked really bad. Like they get like a worse artist for some of those too. Not nearly as much of a disparity as the RWBY rare, but
yeah, this is like a decent off finisher kind of effect.
I think you play as like a 1-of in most decks.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of 1-ofs.
There's a lot of like randomly good like off finishers because you got this, you got like Misakuro.
You got that stock swap.
Yeah, you got the stock swap and Icy Tail. So there's a lot of like randomly good like off finisher cards in the set.
Yeah, right now
Highlander RWBY confirmed.
Personally,
one of everything.
This card to me is more of like in the 1 category. But I mean, it really depends on the deck building and if this is like value, right? Because I mean, we already have kind of like the stock swap as the 1-of like you're gonna play this in every deck, right? This is definitely more contextual on if you're gonna play this card or not. Okay, I'm gonna take everyone's silence as agreement.
Yeah.
All right, next card. What is this? Oh, you got it? Go ahead.
I got it. Okay, so we have Cinder Scouting. It's a pay 1, ditch a character. When this card is placed on stage from the hand, you can do that. And if you do, look it up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose a card. So it's a Cosma, but it's like the Capo profile one to where you have to ditch a character and you get to look at an extra card if you do.
Yeah, this is like what, a 1?
0.
This is I think this is a 0.5. These profiles aren't really that.
Do you remember the one that you tap every turn that's a global 1K?
And we gave that like 3? A 2 or something. Oh, we gave that a 3.
That card is like exist in the same set.
Yeah.
This one cannot hand fix, cannot get rid of climaxes. This thing is unplayable in my mind.
But Cinder kind of cute, so I'm going to give her the 1.
I'm willing to give this card a 0.
Damn.
She is also not very cute.
What?
I'm
Oh man,
gonna disagree with you there.
you guys like hate tomboys or some shit? What the hell?
No, but Ruby's just the better one.
I was like, there's a lot of tomboys in this show, and so she's already fighting for a lot of slots. She's not that good.
All right. Next card here. When this card is placed on stage from hand, look at the top card of your deck and put it on top of the deck or into the waiting room. And then it's pay 1, ditch Climax from your hand. If you do, choose a.
It's a Climax swap.
Yeah, Climax. I don't know why my brain.
Those are like 4s all the time.
Yeah, this is a 4, and then this also has a secondary effect on it. That's good. So like, yeah, easy 4.
I wouldn't say good, but it's.
I mean, it's an effect that
not
gives you some
bad.
value.
It's definitely
You get
it's
information.
definitely an effect that's like you still would be like, yeah, this is solid.
Yep.
Okay, can I ask? This next card is like a 0. It's a 1/0 3K. During your turn, it gets 2K, so it's a 5K. And on play, you can like banish the Ricky, but you have to have 2 or less memory, so you can't play this with the Rize. And then and then it's Climax combo. Like it's not cigarettes, it's like cigarette.
It's the mill one.
It's you mill a
card
single card.
I remember like people were talking about this. This is the card people were like, wait, is this mistranslated?
This card is horrifically weak.
Yep.
It's awful. This card is like unbelievably bad. Like there is no reason you would ever put this in a deck outside of.
I can't believe this is going to be the meta.
I can't believe.
Oh my god. I agree. This is basically a 0. I mean,
this is not good.
Yeah, I don't even know how to
I would
defend
rather
this.
play a blank gate than put that in my deck.
Fair. All right, let's just move on to the next card.
On the bright side, though,
What?
and because we're trying to be fair, you don't have to reverse or anything. And I think this is as one of our viewers
Two
said,
cigarettes in the gold bar.
I know, but if you're playing gold bar, green is fucking terrible.
So is this card.
You're not wrong.
Wait, I just saw this comment from Ragnarok 60. Give her the one, you out here saying how many inches you working with, dude. Why you calling me out like that?
Poor kid.
Oh my god,
Bro.
All right,
Bruh.
what is this 1/0 here? Uniform Pyra. When this card is placed on stage from hand,
That's
if you
a
have
lot of text.
2 or more other Remnant characters, you may draw 1. If you do, ditch 1. When this card becomes reversed, if you have 2 or more other Remnant characters, if this card's battle opponent is level 1 or lower, you may reverse that character. And then when this card is put into waiting room from the stage, if your memory is 2 or less cards, you may choose 1 Pyra Fallen Maiden Vessel candidate in your waiting room and put it into your memory. Is that the
Rize. That's the
Rize?
Rize. So
Yeah.
You
so
probably
this
this is probably like a 3 if you plan to play it, right? As like you play this as like a 1 or 2.
I mean, if you're
right?
playing the Rize and you're playing towards like the Ruby top end, you probably play like 2 or 3 of these.
Bombs
Yeah.
are annoying for standby decks.
Yep.
I don't know. This card is like randomly good. It's also
Bombs
like a
are
card that-
annoying. You get a drop, and you get to send the card to memory if you like manage to not draw it. So I think overall it's pretty.
It's
Yeah, solid
supposed to be.
effects.
It's supposed to be played with the John combo because you're supposed to slap the on reverse onto it.
Sick combo.
God damn it. Yeah, it is a good card overall. So like, what we're looking like 2.5-ish 3 area.
Yeah, it's like
you,
pretty
you
good.
basically always play this card in that, like we said, that one deck. And I mean, why does this have randomly drop on it as well? That's really good. All right, whatever. Yeah, this is a really good card. Next card here.
Standby target.
Got him. Yeah, this is a 1.
Look
with
how long the
asterisk.
flavor text is.
What's that?
Nico, look at the flavor text.
Which is why I've taken the time to schedule a series of wonderful events for us today. Okay.
Wait, oh, is it not bugged for you?
What do you mean? I can see the flavor text just fine.
Oh, is it not just like copy pasted 10 times?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading off of a Taya spreadsheet. I'm not reading.
Oh,
the
I
website.
see. Okay, the website's bugged.
Oh, okay.
Or they like copy pasted it a bunch. It was funny.
This is it's a standby target.
8 standby target. 8 standby deck target.
I still think depending on your meta, you take the other standby card into consideration.
Wait, what was? Oh, the other one. Yeah.
0-8 level 2 8K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next
I'll read
card
this
here. Mhm.
Uniform Nora. If you have a 4 or more Remnant characters, this gets -1 level in your hand. And then when this is placed on stage from your hand, this card gets 4,500 power. And during both players' battle, players cannot play backup for a turn cycle. So it becomes a 14k.
This card is like a 1 to me.
I
Because
don't. This dialing is like a 0.5.
It's these. I don't know. This profile gets played by people.
it doesn't usually there's
hold on.
another effect.
No, Dean, like that is so disingenuous.
I don't know.
The Sayaka gets played because the Sayaka can grab you Sayaka's wish. President gets played because he has Clock Kick like built into his character. And then like what other profile like this gets played?
I got one. The one from Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, but you
Lost
play that
Decade
because
plays this
you
profile?
play that because you need experience, and the Mushoku Tensei one's also randomly bigger because I think the Mushoku Tensei one's like what, fucking 15k?
Yeah, because
Lost
you
Decade plays
need a 6 experience for it to work.
Yeah, it's like 15k, and that's like before supports and stuff.
Yeah.
And even then, I think like that profile in itself isn't like super great in Mushoku because then like you turn off one of your biggest resources, which is the tap counter.
Yeah.
This card currently is like maybe a 0.5 or a 1.
Yeah.
I hate this profile
me on a
too.
1.
I was just saying it's played.
Yeah, it's 0.5
No,
to 1.
it's not played, dude.
All right. Next card. I don't want to spend time talking about this. Continuous all your opponent's characters gain pay 2 Encore. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may choose one card in your hand and put it into your stock. And it's 3,500 power. This is interesting in a way, I guess. I don't
You
even
can
know how
Ricky
to
turn 1.
Oh, broken. I can Tri-Field Ricky turn 1. All right. I don't know what this is like. There's so many other better like level beaters. Are there any other really like overstated zeros right now in the set? Is that silence like no right now? Basically,
I was responding to a comment in chat.
Oh.
There's that fucking 4K Ricky, like on reverse, or when you kill an opponent, it's 4K, or like what is it? It gets 2K on play, and when you kill an opponent, you get to Ricky.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how I feel about this card. Like the random stock charge is like pretty cool, and it's overstated. This is probably like a 1, right? But I mean, if this is the only like, if this is like the only big like card and it has like a good utility effect, I'm like maybe willing to push it up to like 1.5. But
I think this card is bad, and I don't know why we're talking about it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, because I haven't seen any other like overstated cards that have done anything very well, or like
I think a 3/5 is not good enough to be considered overstated.
Okay. Next card here, Scarlet David. If this character is the character facing this card cannot move to another position on the stage. When this card attacks, choose one of your Remnant characters, and that character gets 15 power for the turn.
It's an anti-runner. The problem with like this anti-runner is it
Not
doesn't get to 3/5, so it doesn't tie a lot of like the runners outside of K in the meta.
But if there's 2 of them, they could be 4/5.
I mean, sure, dude, but like, yeah, that's like this card's biggest problem right now. Is like it's an anti-runner that can contest only K runner. So
yeah. Why would you play this when you can just play the coin flip anyway?
The busted coin flip, yeah.
Oh wait, oh yeah, that's right. I think we forgot. They asked us what cards we gave like a rating to.
Oh, I mean, this video will be completely available like after the stream comes down, so you can go through at the end. But yeah, there's been a couple 5s and 4s so far. Next card here. Someone want to take this?
Nadir Shiko. Middle slot gets 1,500 power, which is a good effect. And when your opponent plays a climax, you can have your middle slot lose 1,500 power by putting this card into stock.
Random. This is actually like the Dolphins at Bushiroad. We're like be like, all right, guys, what are 2 effects we can slap on this bitch?
If you think about it, though, this is actually a buff because they have the same exact card as a PR card in Grisaya, and it's level 1. And this is on a 0. All right, card kind of sucks though. Like,
I think this card is like a 0.5 or a 0.
Yeah.
All right, we
Next
have
card?
Mao Zedong as the next card. Mei Zedong, not Mao Zedong. Let's see. Pay 1, put a card from your hand into your waiting room. When you level up, you can go ahead and do that. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 character. And then you can rest this card to choose one of your Remnant characters and give that card 1500 power. So it's a search, but like usually these profiles, like when you level up, it's usually like a
pay 2
search.
to +1, yeah.
So it's a pay 1 filter to search on level up, and then you can tap to give 15. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement. Card seems like whatever.
Yeah,
maybe it's like a 0 to a 0.5 maybe, and then it's like a hard maybe on the 0.5.
Another Who. It's another Who from the show. So like, I don't know if you ever play it.
Literally Who.
All right, next guy. Fox Alistar, whatever. When this card front attacks, you may pay the cost, which is pay 1. If you do, choose one of your opponent's characters, and that character gets -1 level until end of the turn. And this is a level 0 reverser.
It's cool. You can combo with the level 1 bomb. If you have 2 of this and the level 1 bomb, you can kill level 3s.
All right. Listen. This card is like Twin Drive. It lets you pay out all the climaxes you triggered, but you just don't get the stock back. Card's busted.
Broken. Kind of like the Ricky.
True.
In green.
This could randomly set up really dumb side attacks. All right. Anyway, I'm done talking about this card. This is like a 0, right?
Okay. Next card is Junior. I don't know how to say that last name.
Zhang, something like that.
Kit would know.
I don't know, dude.
It's a 1025. It's buffed married life. You don't have to play a climax
On a 1/0.
Yeah.
No.
This card is a 0.
Yeah, this card is not good.
Next card. What is this pose?
What the fuck is this pose? Okay.
She's the best.
Nora in a fucking doing the pose. We gotta get your butt in shape for the big fight. So I guess they're doing a Rocky training montage. During your turn, if you have another character, this card gets 3k, so it becomes a 6k.
A 6/5.
Oh, it is a 6/5. You're correct. I'm just blind.
This card is good.
Yeah.
When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you can pay 2, and if you do, search your deck for up to 1 climax with the same name as a climax in your waiting room. Reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. This card seems fine. Yeah, absolutely fine. Solid, like 2 out of 5.
2. Yeah, I agree. 2.
Yep. Could probably play it, especially if you're playing like the. Non-ironically, I think this is you might play this more for like a stock out type of thing, because like it's nice to get your climax, but like if you triggered a lot, paying 2 to like for that stock out might be what you do.
Nico, this card is insane. I play Million Live, and I play this card, and it is like pay 2, search a climax. That's insane.
Yeah, but Million Live also can like
actually get stock.
burns.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it can like burn a lot of stock to where we've seen like no extra stock generation like within the 63 cards we've looked at so far.
But if there is, this is a card.
Okay, well, if there is, sure, but like we're gonna see in the next 30 or so cards if there is or not.
Well, this is unfair because when we were reading yellow cards, you were just blindly rating them. But now that we're reading red cards, you're thinking about the set.
Sure. Okay, so if we're blindly rating these now, okay, cool. I don't know if the set is stock generation, so I don't know if it can facilitate the pay 2. There you go. I don't know. It loses rating now. Congratulations. And because I don't know if there's any good standby targets, maybe. So you know what? Yeah, fuck you, Dean.
All right.
Sucks. Nah, but in reality, this is a pretty solid card.
Yeah, pretty
probably
solid
like 2 or 2.5.
2.5. Yeah, I agree. Next card here, I have Colonel Mustache here. Peter Port. What are these names? All right, put 1 card from your hand into the waiting room, which is the cost. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay cost if you do choose one Remnant character in your waiting room. Return it to your hand. Oh, this is a 2/1. For a second, I thought this was a 1/0 for some reason. I was like, what the heck? When this card becomes reversed, the battle opponent is level 2 or lower. Reverse that character. This card sucks. All right, moving on.
Yeah, pretty rough.
Yeah, this is like a 0. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh my god.
Oh.
rabbit people.
Whoa! Who this? Yo, who this?
She's been like an episode or two. I don't know. She doesn't
okay.
anything.
So it's a global 1K, and then it's a pay 1, rest 2 brainstorm, and then you salvage a character. So it may be like a standby target.
Yeah, that's all I can really think.
I always like these, but they're always hard to fit in the deck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is like maybe a 1 or a 2 of, but even then, a lot of the times it might not even be that, because a lot of times you want it to stand out like better supports than 1K.
No, because like I think this. Well, you have the John. Like my idea is you play this with the John, and then that way you have this and the John, and then you got like a lot of power going around. You got a brainstorm still.
Yeah, I mean, I can see this in like randomly a standby or something, right? Because it just like randomly pumps your board big, and it becomes the brainstorm. It like basically replaces your brainstorm.
Yeah.
But it's probably like a 1 at most, right, on the rating scale here.
Yeah,
I think like a Shirogane. If you had,
I think this is actually like it's a 1, maybe a 1.5.
Well, I mean, like, think about this kit. Like this plus the like if you have like 2 Piras out, and you have like this card and the Jean out, like your Piras might be too big for like a single Shirogane without like more support, right? Because you'd be plus 3K plus 2, or like what is it? Plus
yeah, I can agree with all that, but the problem here is that this card is just so it's such a niche card, right? Is that
yeah, it is a niche card, but I'm saying like an 8 standby, it might be like a role player randomly.
Yeah. I can totally agree with that.
Oh, I mean, we're not giving it a 0, right? This is like this is
1.
looking like an okay-ish card to play.
1 to 2.
Yeah.
It's like if it's in like a deck, it's like a 1 of.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've not seen this card yet.
Event. 2
It
1.
is
bad.
this is Magical Girl appears.
Salvage 2, ditch 1 on play.
And it doesn't go to memory, doesn't do anything. It's just Magical Girl appears with no way to get it. So
this is like a 0.5 to 1 maybe.
I don't even think
really
it's that.
need it.
I don't even think it's that, considering I think like all of the brainstorms you play are salvage brainstorms, so you don't need this.
All right, next.
There's like a maybe 0.5 or a 0.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Next here.
This is the other thing that was revealed today. This is anti-damage.
Yeah, this is actually really, really good. This to me is like an easy 4. Because once again, this interacts very, very well with like 8 standby list, or like standby plus another climax list. Because if you play that standby top end, or either of them generally, they're really hard to get rid of, especially if they have hand encore. You're always going to have characters in the front row your opponent has to deal with. And unless they play some kind of bounce effect or anything, this card is just like always live and can potentially like power pump another lane to just like, overpower another lane, right?
I read this with what's her face, Pira. Like actually just kind of sounds obnoxious.
Yeah.
I think the annoying thing is like the stock cost. That's a lot of stock.
Well, yeah, the idea is in like 8 standby though, you most of your stock will be spent on like these type of random effects. Like the cost looks like a lot, but when you play 8 standby, you don't spend a lot of your stock on like playing characters from hand or anything. This becomes more reasonable, where you can relatively play this card like up to 2 times a game generally.
One of the other things too is it does get around a lot of like the cards we were mentioning earlier, Shirogane, and Sayaka. This gets around those because this does not count as backup. This counts as counter.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like this is like a 4 or so. Maybe more like a 3.5.
I think this is. I don't think this is enough. Yeah, it's like I don't think this is enough to be a 4, but this is like between 3 and 4. Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. All right, we got the RWBY going Super Saiyan for standby. Well, what is this? What is going on in this door? Why is this person getting shot through glass with a bow and arrow?
Which one?
Fallen Maiden's Downfall, or Fall Maiden's Downfall. God,
oh yeah, it's like she gets put in like the when Goku like loses to, he gets put in the tube and he has to heal. It's like that. It's like that, but then Christ. They attack the tube.
And then we have some other climaxes here. All right, we're on to blue.
I am going to start this off because this is like the one character out of the main girls that I think is cool. Get it? Cool because her element's ice.
All right, we're into this thing right now.
I'm over 30. I can make dad jokes. If you have 2 or more other Remnant characters, this card gets 2k powers. It becomes a 6k. When it attacks, if a Pants TX is in your Climax area and all your opponents are Remnant, or all your characters are Remnant, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Your opponent chooses one. Oh, it's Tay. Okay.
Oh, so this is the super garbage one, right?
Yeah, this is not good.
Yeah,
so they reveal one card, they give it to you, you get to stack a card, and then you get to throw the other one out. Or you can throw both out.
I don't think... I'm about to say some stuff. I'm actually going to play around with 3-3-2 Climax split.
With this?
With this. Because...
Is it going to be is it like 3 pants, 5 standby?
3 pants, 5 standby. The reason being...
I can see that, though.
6k is so relevant in English. It's beyond relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Is the biggest thing. And the fact you dig 3 cards to find a standby trigger. You just put the standbys on top of your deck.
No, 6k is relevant right now, Kit, because the other decks in the meta, so 8 standby slime, it only gets to 5/5.
Kaguya is only 5k.
Yeah, Kaguya is only 5k on defense.
5k or 5/5? No, well,
5k.
Well, on attack, they stand by at the 1/1 assist usually, so they're 5/5 without doing anything, and then they have to commit resources.
Yeah,
they have to bounce back
resources to get over this, which is relevant. And then Xions are also 5/5 on defense.
Ooh, and then you randomly hit the standby right, and you get the global 1k. Seems like obnoxious.
Yeah, you get because you can stack the standby with this, right? You can. The idea isn't to trigger clean; it's to trigger as horribly as possible with this.
Yeah, you're trying to trigger. You're trying to trigger standbys if you're kind of playing this.
And you have a Climax Swapper, you have a Climax Searcher. I think you have the tools to play this. And
I can definitely see it.
It's what I'm wanting to play around with at the beginning.
That's actually really interesting.
But I'm still not willing to give it a good score. I'm willing to give this maybe a 2.
I have to play my SPs. Look.
I'm giving this a 2.
I can agree on the 2.
Currently, I can maybe see that deck working out actually, but initial impression wise, I'm willing to give this a 2.
Yeah, I mean the tie by itself sucks.
Yeah, tie by itself is shit. I'm going to go ahead and guess because a lot of people haven't talked about it. There's no toilet in the set.
There's not. It sucks. It's horrible.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Dang, Dean! I can't believe Dean just dropping out deck lists he might be playing before before BRO, bro.
It's okay. Nobody listens to me. I'm the shit player that nobody listens to. I make only bad decks that nobody plays.
Dean, I listen to you, baby.
Yeah. The thing is with Tie, that's the difference is with the toilet and Tie. I felt like it was who was it? Some guy put out an article about this. Yeah, Ken's the one who put out the article about the Weiss. Mm-hmm. And it made me think, because when I played the Tae, I was always playing toilet with it, and then I put the toilet on the Tae, and so I couldn't, I could never use the climaxes I saw, right? It was, I had to put the toilet trigger on top.
Yeah.
And, lose that, stack effect. So, I never really thought of it in the way of stacking the climax. And also, I don't think, Bang Dream had a climax swapper. So, Bang Dream was, a little bit more scuffed. Than RWBY's able to be. So yeah, that's the end of that discussion, I guess.
Yeah, I'm hyped to see what you come up with though, because your deck building skills are always the most wild out of everyone. So you hit a lot of duds, but you hit a lot of random things that a lot of people don't ever think about, which is cool. So see what happens.
Oh, listen, dude. Let's not stroke Dean too much.
We got stroke Dean just a little bit because that's all he gets for the entire year.
No, because this is the man who repeatedly brings Lost Decade to locals and be like, guys, I came with 8 vanilla Lost Decade. This is going to be so hype.
Surprise! It loses again. I can't help it. That's unsalvageable. But
oh man, who's got this?
Yeah, so next up is the Blake, because so it's a 3/2, 9k, 1k for each card in your back row, and 2 or less early play stock healer. I think this is not the play in 8 standby. I think this is a play in other decks. I hate stock healing. Right?
This is a 2. Randomly, Goddess Aqua is actually not that amazing anymore.
Yeah, it used to be really good, and as power creep has gone on, you need the mid game. It might be because I've been playing too much Japanese lately because I haven't had to think about English at all because there's no in-person events. But in Japanese right now, the mid game is like such an important part of the game right now, and if you're not winning the mid game or doing something strong in the mid game, you just kind of like fall behind for the.
Well, I think that card is good in the mid game.
I was like thinking about it in English though. I don't think this is bad per se because it's an 11K early play stockular because it's always 11K, right? It's not like other stockulars where it's 9K, so it can just like randomly die.
You guys are like in English, and then meanwhile English is like 8 standby slime.
Yeah, but then you
8 standby Dao, and you go, wow, my 11K got answered by like a 1-0 that was 12K or something stupid.
All right, yeah, I give this like a 2. Bless you. All right.
Oh, I thought I muted myself in time. Thank you.
Next card here, we got this level 0 dude. What the heck? This is like a guy from Clockwork Orange.
Chad Thundercock Mark III.
No,
he's not Chad Thundercock.
No, the next card is Chad Thundercock.
Okay, so anyway, Norman Tortrick. He has a Climax combo. Put 1 Pants Climax from a Climax area into your waiting room. At the beginning of your Encore step, you can do that to salvage a card, and then you can rest this card and give a character 1K power cross turn.
These cards are so beyond unplayable.
This is not good.
This is a 0.
Maybe if this didn't involve sacking the Climax.
Well, yeah, but no, it's a 0.
No. Yeah, currently this is like a 0. I don't think this is
It was at the beginning of your Encore step, so you still get the effect of the Climax, right?
What do you mean?
You sack the Climax at Encore phase, so you still get the global 1K.
The fact is you have to put a Climax in your deck with a card that gives you a +1.
This isn't
and you can never get
You're
more.
Trading the Climax for a character. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Nico, this is a +1. It's you +1,
you're
but only
trading
1.
the Climax for a character. How's that a +1?
What?
You still get the value of playing the Climax.
Playing a Climax is a +1.5
dude.
anyway.
Yeah, plus.
Shut the fuck up,
dude. All right. The only thing I'm going to say about this card is I generally agree with you guys, but randomly I've noticed lately, I haven't tested this deck out at all, but there has been some 8-door list of Zombieland Saga that plays this effect as the secondary Climax combo, I believe.
Yeah, but I think Zombieland Saga has like other cards that can help support that.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, so
I don't think this deck does.
I kind of basically agree with you guys, but it's just something to keep in mind of like, even though this combo kind of sucks, maybe it'll find some place to make it good. But yeah.
No.
All right.
False.
False, you're right. Fake news. All right, here's the true Chad Thundercock.
This guy's name is it's Hard Dick.
James Ironwood. Holy shit, you're right. Who came up with these names, dude? This is like some fanfiction.net tier names. Jesus Christ.
This is like the better character in the show.
All right, so when this card is placed on stage from hand, you may pay the cost if you do draw 1. So it's your Remnant character. Not bad. There's no condition as far as like having 2 or more or anything, which is kind of cool. But you don't get a draw before otherwise. And then when this card is placed on stage from hand, you may be cost if you do reveal the top card of your deck. Choose 1 level X or lower character in your waiting room and return it to your hand. If the cost is put 1 card from your hand into waiting room.
Yeah, these are good. So you.
This is really
you play
good.
this in standby.
Yeah, absolutely
you
in standby. This is kind of this is a really good ditch outlet.
So you have what is it? Ditch draw, and you also have Rico on play, which is
it's between this and Dog, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this a lot. I think this is like a 2.5 solid.
Yeah. I can push this one.
Nice support card.
Yeah, this is definitely like almost basically a 3 to me. So yeah, I like 2.5 to 3 for me. The draw effect is like really obnoxiously good too. So
yeah.
Next card here, Mercury Black. All your global 500, and then whenever you trigger check reveals a door trigger icon, choose one of your characters and give it 2k power for the turn.
Slightly better fucking married life, dude. Let's go.
Randomly, I don't know. It's bad.
Yeah.
Playable in 8-door decks. All right. Yeah, this is like a 0, honestly.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We have Winter Schnee, which is the mother to Weiss Schnee.
No, it's her sister. Jesus Christ.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes.
Shit, dude. I look like an idiot. All right. It looked like a mother character because she looks so aloof. Anyway, When this character is placed on stage from your hand, if you have another character, it gets 2k power for the turn. When it attacks, if you have 2 or more other characters, and the character facing this card is level 2, it gets 6k power. So it gets to be a 12-5 beater to kill level 2s and higher, which I think is nice.
I think
a lot of other level 2s randomly, I think, only go up to like 11k.
I think if you play blue, you splash like 1 to 2 of this in, just because right now
it's very. I mean, this card is very like meta dependent, right? So like if you have like a lot of like 2/2 standby cards running around,
this is like another one of those gets the asterisk.
This does actually just like shit on Dao.
You know what's crazy? No, what 2/2 can you even fight?
In Dao, the 2/2.
No, because Dao plays the field swapper.
It does play the field swapper.
God damn it.
And Slime has their thing in the back row.
I was like, well, sometimes they have it in the front row, and if you have it in the front row, you force them to sack another lane, but even then, they still get value off the sack. Like, this is, nah.
Wow, this card's not good in the meta right now.
Maybe
one day.
This is, okay, so, like, this is so...
Again, hold on. So, against, like, other Adventure Time decks, because you're not always going to play, like, the super meta decks, right? Because other Adventure Time decks play the fucking 2/2, so you can kill that.
You're talking about the gate one?
What's that?
The gate list?
No, the gate list?
There's like a gate combo where you like... I forget what you do, but you summon the 2/2 from hand at level 1.
No, it's they just play standby. They play like...
It's a 2/2, 10/5 hand Encore.
Yeah, they play that one.
I know, but you can play that at level 1 with a gate.
And then you also have the 2/2 from Kaguya that they also they run copies of. So there's targets you can kill, but like I think like you're not like doing too much with the real threats in the meta if they have their board set up.
Yeah, once again, this is a card where it's like, depending on meta, it could literally be a 0 or this card could be a 3. Like, it's just so meta dependent, right? And the fact that you're playing blue.
Yeah.
All right.
This is whatever rating we give this. This is like a star. It's very meta dependent.
Yeah, that's the worst part about dealing with standby cards. It's like asterisk here. If you're playing in this specific thing, then it's really good. If not, then this card's garbage. It's always like there's so much context to Weiss'
artwork.
Which one? The RWBY rare?
Under her eyes.
The Weiss summoning is so bad.
No.
What?
The RWBY rare is so beautiful.
Anyway.
No, all the RWBY rares look awful. What are you talking about? Why do you keep asking really?
Right. Go ahead, someone.
Weiss summoning, it's a 3/2/7/5, 2k to front, on play heal, tap look at top 2 rearrange. This card, because of the John assist in yellow that goes with the Pira, and the only thing you would play an effect like this in is in standby, is unplayable to me. I mean, like that's kind of the way I feel.
I kind of agree with you on that, because if you're gonna play standby, that other support is just infinitely better than this, and this is like off. You don't have enough healers in your deck for some reason playing standby, and this is an okay assist to also standby out. Maybe you play it as a 1-of, but this is definitely the weakest of all the supports right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can give this
not the weakest of all the supports, but it is a very not good support.
Yeah, I give this kind of like a 1. All right, next card here.
Oh, it's my girl.
It's your girl.
It's the worst character in BB Tag. Okay,
man, this foil doesn't look very.
I thought you were gonna do this one.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do this one. Okay, so this is Neo. When this card is placed on stage from the hand, you can pay 1 and add a Climax from your waiting room to your hand, which is nice. And then on play, you can also ditch a character, which can be kind of relevant. And then you can choose up to 2 characters in your opponent's waiting room and put them onto separate open slots of their stage.
What if you play only 1 of the RWBY Climax and 4 of the Pyra?
What?
This salvages a Climax. That's insane.
That it does, but it needs to be in your waiting room.
That's insane. It will always be... Your Climaxes will always be where you need them.
In my hand, then why am I playing this card?
Yeah.
Card seems all right. Like there's
I
so
actually
many
think
good
for like a
things.
tech card, this is
Yeah.
actually kind of really nice. But like, it's only really nice if you're playing like this with RWBY.
It combos with like 3 cards in the set. It combos with the Misakuro. It
Mhm.
combos with the Claw Kicker, and it combos.
Yeah, but those are all off finishers that you don't care. In reality, it really only combos with like the RWBY. But even then, I think that's good enough.
Imagine that's why the Claw Kicker has search, is so you can search this one of.
Also, why out of like all the art and stuff they could have used, why did they use this art for Neo?
Because they knew that you would be upset. So
what do you mean? This like is fine. Have you seen this show?
Dean.
Like,
you want to know what I've seen? I've seen the art from BB Tag, and
I've seen every season of RWBY.
I'm so sorry.
It's a show.
All right, what are we rating this so we can get going?
I
want to eat dinner at
2.
some point.
I think it's like a 1 that you play in the standby top end, and that's like about it.
Yeah.
This is like a 1.
It is definitely like a 1 of that you do play in the standby top end, and that's
it's a lot of stock though. I feel like there's a lot of stock going, like being thrown around on like these 1-ofs.
Don't worry. All right. Oh my god, this has so much text. Didn't we cover this before? Someone go.
It's
go
Mocha. It's a Mocha. The top checks X. It doesn't come out early. This card is unplayable because it doesn't heal.
All right. Yeah. This is like a 0, right? 0 to 1.
You would literally play almost anything else unless you're on like a budget and have $5.
All right.
And then
card.
you can play it.
I think we already did that before, right? What about this? What is this? Oh, Climax. This is ditch a Climax on play, salvage a character. Then
No. Wait, yes.
This ability activates twice per turn when another character comes into play, gains 1k. Card is like a card you play to get rid of.
It's a salvage. It's like a good It's like, I don't even think it's sad actually. I think you actually just have better ditch outs all around.
There's just so many better ditch outs. We saw the dog and that other guy. Those are already better ditch outs than this. If you really need this card, it's not that great. Yeah, if you really need this card, it's an okay effect, but yeah, this is like a 0.5 probably.
Yeah, I was like, you have other kind of like better profiles.
All right, we have this 1/1 Blake assist here. All your other characters in the front of this card get +6 power. X is the level times X times 500, and then pay 1, put a Climax from your hand into waiting, choose one Remnant character, and you wait and return it to your hand.
0. You would never put this in a deck.
Yo.
Is it that bad?
It's kind of.
I would not. I would
there's
play
so many other
assists.
Else. Like the only time
I guess if you're playing standby, you're already playing other assists that are better.
The only time this card is better is if you high roll at level 0, so you can start using that as effect. Like,
well, even then, you don't. That's not an effect you want to be actively using.
Yeah, exactly. But
Next card is best character.
All right,
so he gets a card.
Go ahead. I'll let you get this.
I really like his quote. Cool.
Yeah, no, he's so cool. That's his character. He's cool. His foil says nice.
Really?
Yeah, his foil.
I'm playing these guys' cards. Nice. I'm convinced already.
It's a 1/1 3K, and on play you give a card 1500, and it's a bottom deck Adachi.
Okay, so then why would you ever run that level 2 Adachi? Yeah,
it's also a better character.
Damn, and you said the full version says nice.
Yeah,
damn. Dude, I'm sold in this character. This is a 5.
He is the best character.
I think this is the better Adachi to play, unless you specifically need green fix.
Oh, and this power pumps also? Damn, yeah. Like, yeah, this is really good. This is like, what, 3?
Yeah, I think if you're playing an early play killer, you play this.
Yeah. This is definitely like a 3, maybe 2.5.
Nah, next card. We'll let Nico do it because he likes Weiss and their entire family.
I don't like their entire family. Anyway, so this is Jacques Schnee. It's a memory kick backup. I don't think memory kick's not like super relevant right now, right? We don't have like
H standby slime randomly. Not HOA slime. I mean, like you randomly will want like a memory.
Oh yeah, against HOA slime. Yeah, sure, I agree. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's. I wish we had like these other profiles, like
meta dependent.
It's like if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's pretty shit.
That's our rating. If it's good, when it's good, it's good, guys. But when it's bad, it's bad.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just like,
I mean, it's a memory kick, like counter. It's like those are actually like super meta dependent cards because otherwise it's just the 3K backup. like it's fine.
Yep. All right, we got this 2/2 Mercury Scouted. This card gets 1K for
target.
1K for each of your other
Wait a
Remnant
minute,
characters.
this is a bad standby target. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, this is like a 2/1 if you hard play it.
It's prepped for when bounce becomes a meta. So.
All right, yeah, this card sucks. This is like a 0.
Boom. Next card. Let's get because that card's like a 0. Yeah, we have Hard Dick again.
Wait.
3295 on play top check 3 rearrange and then bounce, and on attack give 500 times board. So Shimakai.
So it's got the same thing as like that slime card. It's literally only relevant if you need bounce in the meta. Otherwise, it's pretty shit.
Yeah, but when it is good, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
This sucks because we're hitting these cards. Yeah, you put the asterisk there. When it's bad, it's a 0. When it's a good, it's a 5. Like that's what it comes down to.
And the mirror match it bounces, so they can't anti-damage. It's good.
True. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I don't ever think this profile is a 5, but it's
no. But I mean, like that one specific scenario when you need it, it is like the best card to ever draw into. Right. Every other time, it's fucking garbage. So yeah. All right, next card.
Uniform Blake. At the beginning of your climax phase, choose one of your Remnant characters, and the character gets 1k power. And then it has brainstorm. For each, is this spammable?
Spammable search.
It's a spammable search brainstorm. Terrible. Well, I guess not terrible actually.
People keep playing these, and I get confused.
They play these for deck speed.
I hate that.
So I think this is actually fine. It might be fine. I think it's like maybe like a 1.5 or a 2.
This is like a 1 to me because I think there's enough deck speed cards already in the set that even if in standby, you probably don't have
to for agree.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Oh, dude, look at this quote, ladies.
Oh, he's the best character.
He has one.
This is Chad Thundercock now, dude. All right. Oh my god. Someone read this. I gotta mute.
It's level 0, 2k on play, top check if you top check it. Or no, wait. Yeah, top check if you top check a character. You can put it under it as a marker, and then it gets 2k if there's a marker. That's I like shit. This profile.
You do?
I legitimately, I know it's so hard to put into a deck, and it always dies to everything. But when it doesn't die, it's really hype.
But it dies to everything.
Oh, so
it doesn't die to everything
because you have cross turn, right?
Yeah, this is not that bad. I think this card is not that bad. It gives you a top check in the late game. It helps you dig for climax triggers in the early game.
I can get behind that. It's still kind of like
it's like dated.
But it's like a 1 to me. But like if you're looking
this profile, honestly.
If you're looking for that overstated profile, this seems pretty good. It gets lots of value at least.
Holy shit, who wants to read the next card?
I can do it. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Please just take my lead and leave. All right.
Okay, it's level 0. I think this is the first vanilla we've seen.
It is the only vanilla we've seen, and
good.
It doesn't have any support.
What?
Yeah, there's nothing around this card
that we've seen yet.
There's nothing on the side here too, because Tay would normally write something, right? Anyway, go ahead. Then you go on this 1-0.
All right, this is Chad Thundercock Mark 4 or whatever we're on. These names are so fucking bad. Anyway, it's a 1-0. When this is placed on the stage from your hand, choose one of your opponent's characters, and that character gets the following ability until the end of turn. Until the end of your opponent's next turn. This card cannot move to another position of the stage. When this card becomes reversed, this is a cost 0 bomb. This is actually not that bad of a profile.
I give this a pretty good rating.
Yeah, this is like maybe like a 2.5 to 3. If you're splashing blue, I think like if you're splashing blue, this is like randomly fucking good.
You could shove 3 of this in a deck kit and probably not feel bad about it, and your opponent's going to feel really bad about it.
I can agree. This card absolutely destroys 8 standby slime, right?
No.
You kill their 1-0 combo.
Yeah, it does. And then
their back row can't move up to the front row.
Yep. And they don't have other playables.
The only way they can make this not happen is they sack the pig and 3 cost it. Then it doesn't have the effect, right?
Yeah.
Like,
When they still lose their card.
and they still lose their card. This just destroys 8 standby slime at level 1. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know if it's a 3. That 3, I feel like 3 makes it really powerful. I can maybe see a 2.5, but yeah,
I think 2 to 2.5 is fine. Like this is
Yeah.
actually not that bad of a card. Like if you're playing into like a very standby heavy meta, like if all your locals is 8 slime or 8 standby slime, because 8 standby slime is like a $50 deck. You know, this is probably not a bad card to be like putting into your deck.
Yep. And I forget. This also stops them from being able to like pay 1 swap with their 1/1 in Data Live, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, that's also really good. Yeah, you can just lock down the
yeah.
fucking. That's really strong.
It's
Yeah.
randomly relevant.
But boys, I have to leave early. It's been a while.
All right.
Oh,
I guess
man.
me and Kit will finish
We'll
out the
finish
set
this
then.
up.
Good luck on the set review.
I can't believe we're losing the one guy here who spent like $1 million on this set.
Yeah. Okay.
All
So
right.
we have. I'll tackle this one. We have Chad Thundercock Mark 6. When this card is placed from stage to your hand, it gets X power until the end of turn. X is equal to the number of Remnant characters you control times 1,000. So this can be up to 12k on play because it doesn't say other. And then you have pay 1 when this card is level 2 or higher opponent becomes reversed. You can pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for a character. So it can be 12k on play, and if you kill a level, like if you kill like a random like Snot Aqua or something, or like a standby target, you can pay 1 search. It's not bad, but you're never playing this.
Yeah, this is like a 0.5 at most. But actually, no, this is like a 0 basically, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it is a 0. The fact that it becomes a 217k is really bad.
Yeah. All right, next card. We get this 2/1 uniform Weiss. This card gets fire and power for each of the Remnant characters in the backstage. There's a 2/1 8k. When this card attacks, if the character's level 3 or higher, gains 6k. So it's a 14k on attack. Why would we play this when we had the 1/1?
I was like, you have a lot. Well, because it's different metas, right? It's like a lot of metas right now. You want like if you're running Adachi's, you want the cards off the board. But if you didn't care about getting cards off the board and you just cared about killing the early plays, I don't think we'll move to a meta like that again in a while. But the 6k can be relevant. But yeah, as it is right now, and I think as it is going to be for the foreseeable future, this isn't very good.
Yeah. This is like a 0 to a 1.
This is like a 0. No, I have to say not even 0 to a 0.5.
Yeah.
Right now, because I don't even see that type of meta coming back.
All right, we got the Clockwork Orange dude again. This 1/0 dust event. She's one of your following effects.
Wait a minute, he said Shopkeep didn't interact with anything.
What a liar, dude! And he left before we could call him out.
Yeah,
on it.
dude.
All right, 1/0 dust. Choose one of the following effects and perform. You may put the top 2 cards of your stock into your waiting room. If you do, look at the top 5 cards of the top 5 cards from the top of your deck and choose up to 2 Remnant characters from among them. Reel them to your opponent, put them into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. Next effect is you may choose 1 Shopkeep in your hand, put it into your waiting room. If you do, look at the top 5 cards on the top of your deck, choose up to 2 Remnant characters from among them, reel to your opponent, put them into your hand, put the rest in the waiting room.
Card is bad.
Yeah, this is like a 1/2 mill 5 plus 2. Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
This card is doo-doo.
Yeah, the shop, like ditching the Shopkeep. So
why are you ever running a level 0 vanilla? Yeah.
All right. Then we got this pants here. Dang, all pants.
Yeah.
All right. We're moving on to box toppers. We got this 2/1 Yang Team RWBY. During your turn, this card gets plus 1k power for each of your other Remnant characters. So it's a 12/5 during your turn. When this card is placed on stage from hand, choose 1 character in your opponent's center stage, and that character gets 1k power until the end of the opponent's turn. Why?
0.
6/0. All right.
0. Not playable. Okay. I will say I actually like this art. This is like the really... If I wanted like any type of art, like more of, it's this type of art.
Yeah.
This is good art.
I agree. We got RWBY, Team RWBY. This card can't side attack. If you do not have another character, this card gets plus level 15 on power.
These profiles are sometimes ran. This can be a 4500 level 1, which is pretty gosh darn good.
If you absolutely need that turn 1+, this is good.
No, it is not.
What?
Because when you play the mirror match, they're gonna play what is it, Neon Cat, and they're gonna sync this, and then they're gonna laugh at you.
True. What is this? This is like a 1, right?
Yeah, it's like a 1.
Alright.
Maybe not even a 1. Yeah, it's like a 0.5.
Alright. We got this Weiss Team RWBY. When this card is placed on stage from hand, this card gets 1500 power for the turn. So it's 3,500. And when this card's battle, opponent becomes reversed. If you have a Climax and Climax area... Okay, this card sucks. This is like
0. Unplayable. Sick.
Yeah. We have this 1/0 This is when this card attacks, choose one of your other Remnant characters. It gets X power. X is 1,000 times the character's soul. So it's like usually a 1,000 to 3,000 power pump. Card pretty sucks. It's like there's other power pumps in the set that just do way much more. So this is basically
Dude, Blake fans BTFO'd. Blake has like 0 playable cards. Man, I hope whoever's picking this setup is not a big fan of Blake, because Jesus Christ, none of her cards are playable.
Yep. I have here. You don't. I don't think you have this. This is the PR card.
No, I have it here. Yeah,
it's a double R reprint, but different art, and it has the congratulations. This is the same double R from.
Yeah, this is like the Shop League promo.
All right, next here we have the December. No, it's not Shop League promo. This is the BRO promo, right?
Oh, BRO promo. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have here. This is the 2021 December Shop Tournament promo. It is Blake and Yang new uniforms. When this card attacks, if all your other characters are Remnant, look at the top 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose one card among them, put it on top of your deck, and put the rest into the waiting room. When this card becomes reversed, if the battle opponent of this is level 0, Laura, you put the character on the bottom opponent's deck. I like this card better than the other Clock Kick. Or wasn't there another 0 that did something like this, but it wasn't as good?
It's a spawner, but like for these, like if you're running a bomb, you can just literally run the Ricky. That's a clock bomb, so you like already clear a zone if you need to, and that's also 500 power, and you have a much better second effect. So
yeah,
in a vacuum, this is maybe like I think like a 1.5. In context of the set, I don't think you play this.
Yeah, I basically agree. Trigger checking is kind of cool and stuff, but
it's cute. Yeah.
All right, we got some TD cards. RWBY running. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, move this card to an open position in the backstage. So it's a pay 1 cost, and then it's when this card pay 1, put a card from your card in your pay 1, put this card in the waiting room. Look at the top 4 cards. Oh, okay, this is kind of like
pay 1, run to back row.
Yeah.
It's a pay 1, run to back row, and then it's
top check 4. This card's probably like around a 2.5, maybe a 3.
No, I think this is worse than that. I think it's capped at a 2.
Okay, yeah, I can
because this is like a good turn 1 play, and then it's nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my eyes, because that's it. So like if you're not,
I just remember playing this in Slime as like a 1 or 2 of, and because it provides deck speed and it's still an good early play card. So like. It's probably like a 2 of at most. You're right, like a rating of a 2.
It's like I don't like this, but like I can be fine with giving this a 2. But yeah, I don't think I'd play this with other cards that we have revealed.
All right,
we have this Yang, 2 or less stock. It's 4K. You have other 4Ks. Well, I don't think you have other 4Ks, right?
There is that top check one that Dean was talking about earlier.
Yeah. The top check marker one, and then you also have the one that's 4K on play, and it's also a Ricky on reverse. I don't think you play this.
Yeah, this is like a 1 at most.
Yeah.
Next, was this Pyra lending a helping
Sayaka's Apple, cool. Yeah.
So Apple's will go 1K.
Yeah.
And we got this
Apple's in 2021.
RWBY Huntress Wannabe. When this card is placed on stage from hand, put the top 2 cards of your deck into waiting room. Plus X power. X is equal to the number of Remnant characters. It's like up to an extra 2,000 power. And then it is a mill runner, right?
It's a mill runner.
Yeah.
This is like a 2. This is actually like a 2.
Yeah, I get this.
Decent mill. Get power, and yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Dodge's clean cut.
Yeah. This is the vanilla that's clean cut. I assume is apples. And then we have this 1/1 when your other Remnant character attacks. This gets X power X until end of turn, where X is equal to the number of other Remnant characters you have.
Standby card, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, you say maybe, right? Because
This becomes 10K.
this can randomly get to 10K before other power pumps, so that's why this card can randomly be playable and relevant.
Yeah, if you, it's like, for example, this could be relevant in the sense that, for example, you get hit to 1 second, you're against another standby player, and they high rolled and played a couple 2/2s in the front row or whatever. This, like, playing this can just like out their 2/2 that they got a high roll into, right? That's like basically it. And hand encore is like nice, I guess.
Yeah. So it's like the weird standby asterisk. Because you can definitely see this card being ran in like some standby decks over some of the other standby targets we've seen.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Next card here, we have the 1/0 RWBY TD combo. Yeah, Minami. This was a pretty decent Minami. Now that we have like the full context of the set, what do you think about it now? Because I remember before we were all like, yeah, this is pretty fucking good. It's like a 1075 that can power pump if it gets a reverse somewhere.
I don't think you play this, but honestly, right now, until I actually like try some builds out, I don't think this is the play.
I like this card.
It's definitely not a bad card. It's not a bad card.
Yeah, I would definitely not question why someone playing this in their deck if they played it. It's on a good trigger too, which is Door.
Yeah, you have like this. If you run like some of the other support cards, like you have, then you're running a 2-color level 1. But even then, you can still do it. You can run like the 1/0 global 1K back row or whatever. So you can make this work.
Yeah, definitely.
This card is fine, and it also, if I remember correctly, combos with the Weiss.
So you can the 2/1 we'll see later. Yeah. All right,
it's fine. This is like a 2.5, 2.5 to 2. It's fine.
Yep, I agree. 1/0 2K counter. This is like when it's good, it's good.
1/0 2K counter and a TD. Yeah. This I don't even think it's that. This is just counter. It's like if you're fighting for board, you probably don't even play this because you have the with context of the set now, you have the 1/1 Leaf Punch. You probably just play that.
Yeah, unless the stock really matters to you for some reason. Next, we have this 2/1. This card attacks. It gets +X power until end of turn, where X is equal to the number of other Remnant characters times 1,000. So it is a 11K on attack with hand encore card. Sucks. It's
Why would you play this over the 1/1 that gets that gets to, like, double that power? Well, it did not double that power.
Yeah. It
the
gets relatively the same.
The 1/1 I feel is like just kind of better in this type of slot to run. It gets the same power with like a full field. Not same, 1K under, but still.
Yep.
Even still, I don't think you run this. 2/1s, like 1 soul, with this type of profile are not very good.
Right, we have this 2/1 level assist, and then it has pay 2, rest this, choose one Remnant character in your way room, return it to hand. This is basically unplayable. It's like
with the other stuff, it's not that great.
Dude, this character is cute though. I gotta say
Pira's
that.
alright. Pira's pretty.
I don't know anything about this series other than the one time I played the fighting game with you that wasn't even about this.
So I'm guessing this is Yang Enraged. I'm guessing this is what happens when you knock her down to low HP and I Burn starts playing in the background. So this is a healer, and then you have pay 1, ditch a card, and on attack, all your characters get plus 500 power and plus 1 soul.
Damn, is that even?
It's commanding strength.
Played? Yeah,
it's not because so I think this is like an unfortunate card because you can tell. I think they probably designed this before Hololive. Because Hololive's out now, and you have a Marine that's like the same effect, but it's modular. It's where you can give like the soul anywhere you want.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this card's like a 0 basically, unless there's some real niche reason that you find that this soul pump is really important to you. There's like other better off healers as well. Oh, this TD has an event. 1/0 initiation relic. Put the top 2 cards. Is this cigarettes? Oh.
Yeah. Cigarettes, and you can't bond for it, which is kind of cringe.
Yeah. And then we got the gate here. Moving on to blue for the TD. We have their brainstorm. Hand on quarter to the center card, which can randomly be relevant. And this is a mill 5 brainstorm draw. Seems like draw has now moved on to mill 5 all the time now.
Yeah, this is actually randomly good because some of the other brainstorms with this specific profile before have seen play, like the give your center character just hand encore.
Yeah,
so I'm willing to say this is probably playable. I just don't know what it would be playable in.
Kind of like a 0.5, maybe a 1 if it finds its right spot.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like I don't even think it's not that bad. I think it's like a 1.
Hmm.
I like this. I'm giving this a 1 just kind of like based on the profile alone, and I'm assuming hopefully somebody can make something work because Blake needs some help.
True.
Blake is actually on like life support after this set.
All right, we got Ozpin. Wait, has his name always been spelled this way? Wasn't there? Oh no, there was a different
Yes.
guy with 2 O's, right? Ozpin monitoring. So global 5 or no, frontal assist 500, and then tap give 1K till end of turn. This is a 0.
Yep. This is a 0.
All right, we got Clockwork Orange guy here. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card's remote character, put it into your hand. Choose a card in your hand, ditch it, and then when this card is placed on stage, put into your waiting room from stage. You may pay cost. If you do search your deck for one remnant character, reveal it to your opponent, put it into your hand, shuffle. There's better ditch outs than this, and the on death effect does not really seem very relevant.
Yep.
This is like a 0.
This is a trial deck card.
It is. You're right. All right. This card
This
here
is the other
is
one, yeah.
This is the reason if you want to play the TD combo in like if you're gonna make a meta deck or something with the TD combo, this would be a reason you play it because that TD combo has 2 cards that combo with, which is the second card here is the Weiss Teamwork. 2/1 when this card is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your Remnant characters, and that character gets +X power until end of turn, where X is equal to the number of Remnant characters you have. So this is like a 2/5 power pump.
If it's played
anywhere.
last, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then combo with the gate or with the door again when this card attacks. If you have initiation, is in your climax area. Choose this card and one of your other characters, and those characters gain the following ability until end of the turn. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, look at the 2 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 remnant characters among them and reveal them to your opponent. Put them into your hand and put the rest into the waiting room. So this is the big payoff.
Yeah, this card can just like randomly like plus you pretty hard.
Yeah, and you can make other lanes like get over something, and you can still kill something because it's 7K with the climax, 8K with B4 supports. It's still relatively big, so you'll probably be able to find a lane to fight with this. If not, then you have you can make this 12/5 if this is the last card. Otherwise, like another lane or the other level 1. If you have another level 1 on the board that lived, or you played another one, you can pump that 2/5 and have that one kill something, and then pump this card 2K to make it 10K. So it has some cool interactions. Like we said, it's the big payoff for playing the TD combo in a deck, right?
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, it's not like super amazing.
Yeah,
it's fine.
This is like a 1 to 2, right?
Yeah.
We got a 2/1 here. If you have 2 or more other remnant characters, just gets 3K power for the turn. It's 2/1 10K, 1 soul. This is basically unplayable, so it's a 0.
Nope.
Finally, we're coming to the end here, closing it out. We all remember this 3/2. This is when this card is placed on stage from hand. It gets X power until end of turn, where X is equal number of remnant characters times 1,000. So this is like a 5K power pump? Or
yep.
Is it, yeah. So it becomes 14/5. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it does count itself. Yeah.
Yep. And then it has the restand ability. When the battle opponent of this gets reversed, you can pay to ditch. Or is it battle? No, it's when the ability activates once per turn. During the turn, this card is placed on stage from hand at the end of this card's attack. So even if it gets reversed or anything like that, you can pay 2 and ditch 2 characters to restand this card.
Yeah. Bless you. No, this is actually a pretty. Unfortunately, right now we've seen like the set, right? So we have all these other off finishers, so it's tying for like slots with those. But even then, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah,
for your off finisher, I think it's just going to depend on what you want to do.
Yeah, I agree, and obviously if you're in the color or not. This has no secondary utility effect, which kind of sucks. Usually, if off finishers you either have it like dig you a card or heal or something like that. So this as an off finisher feels very all-in-y, you know.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have this book, which is Assignment of Teams. And that concludes the entire RWBY review. It only took us like 2 hours 20 minutes.
Are people down on this set?
Wait, people are down on this set? Like they don't.
Yeah, no. I was wondering. It's from some of the. I don't know if it's like real or maybe I've just been just kind of like reading some other comments, but it seems people aren't like too super impressed. Everybody's just kind of like, yeah, it's okay. It's really? Okay. Yeah. Whereas I think the set is okay. I think it's above
above average.
Leaning more towards good, like the good type of okay.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if this was a solid tier 2 set. That's what I
Yeah.
feel like. Like I don't know if this is gonna like break or change the meta completely or anything like that. Um, we'll have to see. But there's definitely some cool effects in here, like the stuff Dean talked about earlier
Actually
about
interested
doing.
to brew with the set.
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of like what Dean
exactly.
was. I'm interested to like brew because I think there's a lot of like interesting things that you can play around with here.
Yeah, there's definitely different avenues you can explore as well. And surprisingly enough, the TD combo is really good. The Tay effect could potentially be really good with what we heard earlier, what Dean was talking about and stuff. Even the bad combos were like at worst serviceable for like
Yeah.
your plussing combo, which is cool. So
I think the only real like egregiously like bad combos we've seen is like the Neg Soul combo from the top of my head. It's kind of just well, it's not kind of, it's really shit. The other one that we saw was the mill one, and then salvage based on what you milled. That's kind of whatever, but like even then, you can still be like on the bright side. You don't need a reverse to like on that combo, and it's on a gate trigger, so it's not. Despite Dean kind of like shitting over the card, it's not like completely terrible.
yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see what comes out of this set. I know Dean's probably going to be one of the mad scientists for this set because he literally spent like $8,000 in this set. So
Yeah,
he's a crazy one, that's for sure.
is a
He
crazy
literally has
man.
day one max rarity already. So if there's a RWBY fan out there, Dean's definitely one of the big ones. I think
I disagree with that statement. But
he
okay.
has all the good names though for all these characters that he doesn't remember.
Quote unquote fan, by the way.
Dude, if it's he definitely spent a lot of money in the series, so there's that.
Yeah, that is a correct statement.
All right. Besides that, guys, closing it up here. Thanks for hanging out with us on the stream. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a comment or something. We saw you guys in chat. Sorry, I don't interact with chat too often anyway. It's usually mostly Nico and Dean look at chat. I barely look at that shit. But if you do like this, if you're watching this after the stream, leave a comment below. Tell us that you want us to continue doing set reviews. We kind of stopped doing it because like literally everyone was doing it.
I was like, we're fighting like Strictly Broken, and then we're also fighting one of our own boys on his own channel. So we've kind of like gone away from these, but because Dean is like really big, well, I don't want to say he's really big because Dean invested a lot into RWBY. We figured we'd knock this out.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, honestly, if you guys want to hear our opinions more about sets like this when they come out, just leave comments below. It'll give us more motivation to get back into set reviewing because these take so much time to do. Like I said, it took us 2.5 hours essentially to finish this set review, to include everything from TD to the booster.
And that was like I think the worst part is a lot of our stuff was a fairly cursory overview, right? We didn't even really get down too much into like some of the real nitty gritty stuff you can do because we didn't do any real deck building or anything.
Yeah,
but I think that can potentially come with a set review.
Yep.
Or like initial kind of like deck brainstorming thoughts.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know for sure if you guys are interested in RWBY and want to see and want like advice on building it, I'm sure Dean will have like 30 different decks to throw up on the channel and talk about eventually after this next couple of weeks of him playing with the set.
Rag, you can maybe hit him up because I know he's on like some of the Facebook groups, but I want to say I think he sold all of his play sets already, but you need to check with him.
Yeah, if you need a playset, I might got you because I have a case for myself, and I never sold the playset. So if you need a playset, like maybe just I know you have me on Discord, just DM me afterwards. Other than that, we'll hope to see you guys in there whenever our next stream or video is. Thanks for chilling with us, and I hope you enjoyed our commentary on this.